Entering the 8th season under Entering the 8th season under head coach Brett Walk, the Mountain View Buffaloes boast 2 titles and 4 trips to the state championship over the past 7 years, including 2 consecutive title appearances in 2017 and 2018. 2019 sees many of last year's core back, and make no mistake, this year's Buffs have only one thing in mind.
Well, I came to my mountains.
Mountain View football is live for another season on mylocalradio.com. Join us as we take you inside the huddle and across the state as the Bridger Valley's exclusive video broadcast partner. From Mountain View and Lyman to Pinedale, Graybull, and beyond, mylocalradio.com has you covered. With the opening kickoff rapidly approaching, let's head to the booth and join the voice of the Mountain View Buffaloes, Jake Hibbard.
Every week presents its own challenge in Wyoming high school football, and as we enter week 4 tonight, we creep up on the midpoint of the regular season. It's a new number 1, Mountain View, in the coaches and media poll, coming into town to take on number 4, Thermopolis. Our kind of guys are on the road tonight. Jake Hibbard joining you live from Hot Springs County. Kickoff at the top of the hour on mylocalradio.com. For nearly 45 years, Yeager's Auto Body in Green River has been among the most trusted businesses in southwest Wyoming and beyond. There's a reason why the biggest auto dealers in the area trust their vehicles to Yeager's Auto Body. Owner Justin Yeager and his staff are experts in their field and will deliver on your vehicle's needs. So the next time your car is in need of repair, go see the best at Yeager's Auto Body in Green River at 360 West Flaming Gorge Way, or give them a call at 307-875-2448. Yeager's Auto Body in Green River, proud sponsors of Mountain View and Lyman High School sports. Welcome back to the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show, where we are in Thermopolis tonight as Mountain View will take on the Bobcats here coming up at the top of the hour. Owner Justin Yeager, you can contact him at 307-875-2448 or head on straight to 360 West Flaming Gorge Way in Green River. If you ever have any car issues as far as trying to get some auto repair done, Justin Yeager and Yeager's Auto Body is where you want to get it done. They're at the top of the game in southwest Wyoming and as good as it gets. That's Yeager's Auto Body, a proud sponsor of Lyman and Mountain View Athletics. When we come back, we'll take our first look of tonight's contest. Mountain View in a night game, a first of the year at Thermopolis, as Thermopolis is trying to play spoiler tonight. We'll take a look at that and more on the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show when we return. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Jake Hibbard joining you live from Hot Springs County High School. The Thermopolis Bobcats at 1-2 play host to the undefeated Mountain View Buffaloes. And despite being just 1-2, a 68-0 victory over Moorcroft last week was good enough to give Thermopolis the number 4 ranking in the WildPreps.com coaches and media poll. As for Mountain View, they jump up to number 1, supplanting Buffalo in that spot, and a pair of undefeated teams in Mountain View and Buffalo. They are about to have a common opponent. A couple of weeks ago, Thermopolis took on Buffalo and lost that game, but lost 28-14 in the previous week. They lost by the same margin within 2 touchdowns of defending 1A state champion Buffalo, of 1A champion Bighorn. So they played a couple of teams that are at the top of this lower classification, Bighorn and Buffalo, as good as it gets in 1A and 2A, and Buffalo will be moving up to 3A next week with the news of the new enrollment numbers coming out. So how do they play against Mountain View, a team that is coming off of a 47-0 victory over Lovell, a team that's outscoring its opponents by a staggering, and I mean absolutely staggering margin on the season. They've allowed just 6 points, and they've scored 140. So how do they handle that? Well, I guess we'll find out tonight. Dustin Harvey for Thermopolis, a 4-year starter at running back. He's starting to find his groove at quarterback with Wyatt McDermott gone and hurt. So he moves into the quarterback position and comes in with a little bit of success into this contest, 11 of 21 with 5 touchdown passes to just 1 interception. That role continues, as we mentioned, for Mountain View. And talk about stats for them. Braden Walk at quarterback has 6 touchdowns himself and just 1 interception, as well as 239 rushing yards through the ground and 491 through the air. Well, let's take a look around other games happening tonight before we go to break and continue this pregame show. Brought to you by Yeager's Auto Body. Graybull is at Pinedale. That game's in progress. Moorcroft's at Newcastle. That game kicked off recently, as did Big Pan, Mountain View, and Thermopolis, errantly scheduled on wildpreps.com at 6 p.m. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. Big Piney is at Kemmer at 7 o'clock. Glenrock at number 2 Buffalo. Lyman at Lovell, and Burns at Wheatland. All those games for 7 except for Burns at Wheatland. That one, the late kickoff, 7:30 p.m. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio is back for another year with a bit of a twist. Join me, Jake Hibbard, as I transition from covering Evanston and becoming the voice of the Mountain View Buffs and Lyman Eagles. I'll be live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. with news, analysis, and guests as we focus on the Bridger Valley and beyond. We'll cover the happenings around the area and across the state landscape. We would also like to welcome onto the show as a regular this year, Dennis Lynch of Auto Farm Chevrolet. Join us every Wednesday on KNY 99.1 FM in the Evanston listening area for the Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. If you can't catch it then, don't worry. We'll post all the episodes up to mylocalradio.com, or you can also find it by searching and subscribing to the Wyoming Prep Podcast on iTunes or Google Play. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio, presented by Auto Farm Chevrolet, every Wednesday, August through March on KNYN 99.1 FM in Evanston, or online anytime at mylocalradio.com, or of course at the Wyoming Prep Podcast on wherever you get your podcasts. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. Come join in on the fun. Welcome back to the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show with live coverage of Mountain View at Thermopolis, as we'll have that contest coming your way right at 7 p.m. When we come back, though, we're going to take a look outside of the gridiron, at least outside of the guys wearing the pads and the helmets. We have a sit-down with Alex Thomas. He's a member of the band and a senior for Mountain View High School. And a couple of weeks ago, some members of the Mountain View band, as well as members from all around the state of Wyoming, high school band members, got to go to War Memorial Stadium to play at halftime of a University of Wyoming contest. Alex was one of them, and we'll talk to him about that experience as well as some of his future plans as we take our weekly look around the valley. Alex Thomas of Mountain View High School when we return on this Yeager's Auto Body pregame show. This is the First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
I have Alex Thomas with me, a senior at Mountain View High School, for our look around the valley. Just in the last couple of weeks, you're a member of band, and you were able to go to the University of Wyoming to be part of kind of a statewide high school halftime performance. Tell me a little bit about what you did at War Memorial Stadium.
So we kind of just went there. There were like 30-something schools that all showed up, and we got there super early in the morning. We all went out onto the field. We saw the University of Wyoming's marching band play. Then we went out there, we practiced our few songs a little bit, practiced getting onto the field, getting off the field. Then we kind of hung around all afternoon until the game, and then come halftime, we all reported down to the edge of the field. The University of Wyoming's marching band went out and played. We ran out there, we played our 2 songs, and then ran off, and that was that.
That was not very much time to figure out these songs. Were you at least familiar with them going in?
Yeah, so we got them the first week of school. We had been practicing them for a couple weeks, but it was definitely a different experience playing it with that many people compared to our little band here.
I saw the pictures on Facebook of, just the vast amount of students in formation there. I mean, how many people were there if you had to give an estimate?
There were over 1,000 people. I think the number was 1,200.
And what were the songs that you played?
So we played High High Hopes by My Chemical Romance, and then the University of Wyoming's theme, Cowboy Joe.
Okay, I got to stop you there. High High Hopes. This is a band that was popular back when I was high school. That is Panic at the Disco.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. It's just these bands who disappeared from my era, and now they're coming back. So I just got to remember those. So tell me a little bit about learning a song like that. It's a song that's maybe about a year old. Is there any difference to learning some newer pop songs as opposed to some of the old classics like Cowboy Joe or anything like that?
I mean, we all know them. It's still familiar, so it's easy to. Obviously, you got to take a look at the notes and everything, but as far as the rhythms go, it's really easy to pick it up and get it because we all know how it sounds.
That's a good point. Tell me what your favorite songs to play in band are.
Oh, I think my favorite so far was a couple years ago we did How to Train Your Dragon. That one was really fun to play. And then I also really like the jazz pieces that we do. We do one every concert, and those are always the highlight of the concert.
Tell me a little bit about, you play the clarinet. Tell me a little bit about your instrument, how you came to choose it, what are the tough things about it, what do you like about it, all that sort of stuff.
Well, actually, 6th grade year we chose our electives. I chose band just because that's what my sister did, and I wanted to play the saxophone, but I wasn't good enough to, so they put me on clarinet, and I kind of just stuck with it. And I don't know, I think the hardest part is trying to get your reed to work because you have to have the right thickness and the right flexibility, and if even something's just a little bit off, you'll squeak like crazy. But
definitely, I could see that. Never played the clarinet, but I've seen a lot of people fail at playing the clarinet, and that kind of scares me off of even trying it. Do you know where you're going to college yet? You are a senior.
I don't know for sure. I was thinking maybe BYU or University of Arizona.
So this band trip to the University of Wyoming didn't sway your opinion over?
Not really. I never really wanted to go to a Wyoming school just because I've grown up here my whole life. I kind of want to go somewhere else. But, I mean, definitely getting that atmosphere of what a college is like is something special.
I saw some outlines outside of the high school. I saw some brown and gold outlines of that marching band. Was there any UW members in with you guys on the outline of that when you did play at halftime?
Yeah, so the University of Wyoming's marching band, they were already out there, and we just went and joined them. And then we got off, and they continued playing their songs.
Are you done with music at a school level when you're done with high school, or are you considering doing that at college as well?
Well, not for a major. I'm into engineering, but I think music would definitely be a cool minor.
I was just wondering if you were maybe going to look at being in the band or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you get tickets to the game for free, basically. You get great seats, all that stuff.
Plus, it's really fun to just get out there and play some music.
I wouldn't know. I've never done that myself, but I believe you. You said you also play the guitar. How'd you get into that?
Well, a couple of friends here, they play guitar, and I just thought it was really cool. Plus, I mean, I'm really into older music, 80s rock especially. So if there was a song that I thought sounded really cool, I'd just try and pick up the guitar, see if I could play it. And after practicing, I've gotten pretty good.
All right, 80s rock could mean a few different things. What sort of 80s rock are you into?
So like Van Halen, AC/DC, Bon Jovi, that type of thing.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, okay. I can get behind that. Those are kind of guys that continued to play into the 80s. Bon Jovi, he was definitely 80s and then beyond. How did you get into that?
I think my biggest influence was my dad. He always listens to that type of music. Whenever I'm around him, it's the environment I'm in.
Got Alex Thomas, a senior at Mountain View High School. We talked about music, but you also said you want to be an engineer. Where is that coming from?
Well, also my dad, he's a pilot, and I've always been fascinated by aircraft. And I'd never really wanted to be a pilot, but I've always wanted to work with aircraft, and I think it'd be really cool if I could be the one designing or manufacturing them.
Now let me know exactly where this trip to the University of Wyoming ranks as far as some experiences you've had in high school. What else have you been able to do that's been fun that maybe tops that, or is that the best?
That's up there. I think my favorite trip in my high school career has been last year we went to the University of Utah, and that trip was really fun because afterwards we went to Lagoon, and that's always a blast.
Was that for music as well?
Yep, for band as well.
What were you doing in that?
So first we went to Evanston and we played in the festival. We just had our little group play. And then we went to University of Utah and we had a tour by this guy. I can't remember what his name was, but he showed us around the music department, showed him what all the different kinds of things they had there, the marching band, the jazz band, the concert bands. And that night we saw a concert, and then the following morning we went down to Lagoon.
And you said that you will also be competing in soccer as well with that new program starting up at Mountain View. You played much soccer before?
When I was younger, my parents made me play soccer, but since like 4th grade I haven't played. And then last year they brought the program in. I was like, might as well try it, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. We'll be watching for you in the springtime as well then. Alex Thomas, senior at Mountain View, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And you can hear Alex and the rest of the Mountain View High School band next week, as it's going to be homecoming, as the Mountain View Buffs will play host to the Pinedale Wranglers on a Friday 3 p.m. contest. We'll be there bringing you coverage of that contest as well on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1 FM. You're tuned into the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show, as Yeager's Auto Body is at the absolute top of their game in the auto repair department. And there's a reason why. If you go to all the big auto dealers around the area and you ask them where they send their vehicles when they need them looking tip-top shape as they get them ready to put out on the lot, it's only one answer, is Yeager's Auto Body. That's where they take their cars, and there's a reason for it. They're experts in their field, and they get the job done right at fair prices. We'll come back in just a bit with the coaches portion of this Yeager's Auto Body pregame show, live and online right here. It's a First Bank presentation of Mountain View Football on mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Welcome back to the Jaegers Auto Body pregame show. Jake Hibbard joining you on this ride as we get set for top of the hour action of Mountain View versus Thermopolis. When we come back, we're going to have the coaches portion of this pregame show. And first up, we will hear from head coach of Thermopolis, Matt McPhee. And we'll talk a little bit about his program, how they've done so far, strength of schedule, as they've had a lot of tough games early on, and also talk about some changes in their program that's had to happen due to injury. We'll have all that and a little bit more. And then later on, to close out the Jaegers Auto Body pregame show, we'll talk with Brent Walk, head coach of the Mountain View Buffs. They're rolling at 3-0 and the number one team in the Wild Preps coaches and media poll. So we'll hear from him and then be ready for kickoff. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com. For nearly 45 years, Jaegers Auto Body in Green River has been among the most trusted businesses in southwest Wyoming and beyond. There's a reason why the biggest auto dealers in the area trust their vehicles to Jaegers Auto Body. Owner Justin Jaeger and his staff are experts in their field and will deliver on your vehicle's needs. So the next time your car is in need of repair, go see the best at Jaegers Auto Body in Green River at 360 West Flaming Gorge Way, or give them a call at 307-875-2448. Jaegers Auto Body in Green River, proud sponsors of Mountain View and Lyman High School sports. I've got fourth-year Thermopolis head coach Matt McPhee with me, and you're sitting at 1-1 in conference seeding. You have an interconference matchup this week against Mountain View, but how have you felt so far up to the season at this point?
Yeah, conference 1-1. We've had some tough foes. Obviously, we had Bighorn week 1, Buffalo week 2, and then saw Moorcroft last week. So, it really is about conference and trying to position ourselves for the postseason. So, I can't say we're ecstatic by any means. We go out every Friday night expecting and looking to win a football game. So we haven't accomplished that to this point.
Well, yeah, your offensive and defensive numbers are sitting kind of in that 7th to 8th position in Class 2A, mostly across the board. And, of course, that does come against some really high-level competition. But taking all that into account and then what you're seeing out on the practice field out on Fridays, how would you assess with where you're at on both sides of the ball?
Well, we've had some moving parts. We had a quarterback change in week 2 with an injury, and I thought, even mid-game when we lost our quarterback against Buffalo, I thought we did some pretty good things, and so we're progressing. We're moving in the right direction. I think we're doing some good things, and more importantly, I think defensively, we're playing sound football. We look at a Buffalo team that went in and beat a Douglas team on the road. And basically, our defense, held them to about the same amount of yardage and points. So, hats off to our defense. I think they're doing a good job. And, we look forward to progressing week in and week out.
Dustin Harvey was a 4-year starter going into his 4th year starting as a running back, and now he becomes a quarterback. What sort of adjustments has that required for your offense and for him as a player?
We not much, to be honest with you. I mean, everything we're trying to do or wanted to do going into the season, we're able to do with Dustin at the helm. So he just needed some reps. And he's looked really, he looked good this second half of Buffalo, and he looked good last week. Odd game last week against more 23 offensive plays. So, and we didn't play any starters in the second half at all. So, he didn't get as many reps as we might have liked, but he was pretty sharp. I think he was 4 or 5 passing on the night. Should have been 5 of 5, but we don't throw the ball. We hang our hat on. We run the ball. That's kind of what we do first. We'll continue to do that. And Dustin gives us the opportunity from the quarterback position to do that as well.
I've got you marked down with 11 seniors on your 30-man roster. Is that the largest senior class you've had in your time here?
It is. It certainly is, and it's it's a good class, and we've got some talent out there, and that's why our expectations are pretty high going into the season. And good group of boys. Got some good leadership. They're doing good things on and off the field, and I'm proud of them.
You mentioned only getting 23 offensive plays, but putting up all those points against Moorcroft last week. But you have Bighorn, Buffalo, and then Mountain View to start this season. That's quite the strength of schedule in terms of 2A football.
Yeah, and you left one off, and that's this week, and we've got Mountain View, and I'm not sure if we want to talk about that or not, but it doesn't get any easier this week, that's for certain.
No, certainly not. Mountain View right at the top of the rankings as well as there. But if your guys can work through this, and obviously already had one injury, but get out healthy beyond this point, where would you like to see your team come out of that and move on to that conference season?
Well, like I told you, Jake, the expectation is that we win every football game that we show up and play. And I think, a little bit of a message was sent last Friday. And Moorcroft was, their numbers are down a little bit. However, they'd had a good win the week before against Burns. And, I think we've got a good outfit here. Unfortunately, I don't think we've got a Mountain View type outfit. So, Coach Walk's a really good coach down there. And I'm just kind of hoping that he'll leave a couple starters at home this weekend.
Well, Coach, I've last question for you. You're an old wide receivers coach at the Division II level, but on your starters, I only see one wide receiver listed. What's up with that?
It's a great question. It's you mentioned I am in year 4, and every year I think we get a little tighter and tighter, and we've got some good running backs. And I've learned in the high school game that you want your playmakers as close to the ball as possible. So it starts with your quarterback and branches out from there. But we're a little more multiple than we have been. We've got some guys in the slot that can catch the football, and this is probably the most athletic group that we've had in my 4 years. So, they may be listed as running backs, but, they're pretty multiple. And I'd much rather see the ball go through the air. I believe that, the old wide receiver in me loves that. But I also know that it's a game of ball control and possession, and that's what we shoot to do most every Friday night.
That's Matt McPhee, head coach of the Thermopolis Bobcats. Good luck, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
Had to tease Coach McPhee with that question at the very end there. Thank you very much to Coach McPhee for taking the time to sit down with us and talk about his program. And a fourth-year head coach doing a fine job in Thermopolis. You'll want to stay tuned into this Yeager's Auto Body pregame shows. We'll have Brent Walk, head coach of the Mountain View Buffs, in just a bit. And then it's kickoff time here in Thermopolis. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, only on mylocalradio.com. With mylocalradio.com, you get to stay up to date with Lyman and Mountain View sports by watching all of the games live in the convenience of your own home. Now you get to keep up with your coaches, athletes, and teachers throughout the week with the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner. Weekdays during the school year, the Bridger Valley Coaches Corner will run on KNYN 99.1 FM at 3 p.m. and keep you up to date with the most interesting storylines from Lyman and Mountain View in football, volleyball, basketball, swimming, running, golf, and more. We'll also check in with different students and teachers from the two schools throughout the year. 3 p.m. Monday through Friday on KNYN 99.1 FM is the Bridger Valley Coaches Show presented by mylocalradio.com. Stay connected.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Jake Hibbard joining you on the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show, and we've just about made it to kickoff tonight here in Thermopolis. When we come back, it's head coach of the Mountain View Buffs, Brent Walk, and then starting lineups and action for tonight's game. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in, Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in, Hotel and Suites, Casper.
I've got Brent Walk with me, head coach of the Mountain View Buffs. You're back on mylocalradio.com as we're here in Thermopolis. And I want to know, going into this week, where is the focus of your team at? Because you had a couple of games. You've had all your games be big victories. Your starters are out early, but they're veterans. So how do they keep and come back to work the next week with that same mentality of it's a brand new week?
Right. Yeah, honestly, Jake, and I've been saying this from the beginning of the year, and again, I'm repeating myself, but as far as my kids being motivated, I have zero concerns with that. The kids are very, very hungry, and we break it down day by day, rep by rep. And so, this is week, the 4th week, and for us right now, this is the most important game of the year. And we're literally taking it just like that. So the kids are, we fully expect them to come in this week and work their tails off just like they have in the past, and getting better. And our goal is to make sure we're playing better football this Friday than we were last Friday.
If that's the case, though, I mean, that is rare for high school kids, so I want to know, how do they do it?
That's I agree with you 100%. It is rare, but this is we've talked about the culture we have in Mountain View and the kids and how hard they work. Not only are they very, very talented, but they're amazing young men off the field. So their work ethic is unsurpassed. I've never seen anything like it. It's very impressive.
What have you seen out of Thermopolis as you've started to focus toward them?
Well, first of all, Coach McPhee does a great job. He's an excellent coach. They've got a running back that's been a starter for them since he was a freshman. Big kid. He's a 200 plus pound kid. Runs the ball very, very well. Their schemes are really good. They've got good offensive linemen, good size. So we know that we're going to see Thermopolis as best, and we're going up there, like I say, just to play Mountain View football.
You've been dealing with this for a few years now, of figuring out exactly week to week what's the best way to get some of your playmakers out onto the field in the ways that are going to make them most successful. And as this season progresses, we're seeing kind of another new look Mountain View team. You continue to progress on that offensive look.
Yeah, we love the way Braden's throwing the football and running the football. He's a 175-pound kid who's very strong, has great balance, and he's kind of a slasher, and he's got excellent speed. And then you put Kimball in the backfield, who Kimball, everybody knows who Kimball Madsen is. He's a powerhouse. And the other thing we love right now is Brigham Blumella, 6'4", 205-pound receiver. Man, he's a matchup nightmare for secondaries.
On the defensive side, those guys are not seeing as much time on the field, but hey, that's to their credit because they're getting opposing offenses off. As you look on the defensive side of things, prepping for Thermopolis, you mentioned that big running back, and you like what Coach McPhee runs out there. What's the key to them being successful in this matchup?
First thing, I'm sure they're going to try to establish their run game. So our goal is, as of right now, is to make sure we take care of their run game. But then they've got a quarterback that is an athletic kid, and he's really good at scrambling. So when they do throw the ball, we need to make sure we keep him, not let him break the contain and get outside the pocket. They've got another slot receiver that's he's number 2. I can't remember his name right now, but he's fast. So they'll do. They're going to be a challenge for us. That's for sure.
As head coach Brent Walk with the Mountain View Buffalo football program, thank you very much. Good luck.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, Jake.
And that does it for the Yeager's Auto Body pregame show. We'll be back after this with starting lineups and the opening kick here in Thermopolis. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service.
They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
For nearly 45 years, Yeager's Auto Body in Green River has been among the most trusted businesses in southwest Wyoming and beyond. There's a reason why the biggest auto dealers in the area trust their vehicles to Yeager's Auto Body. Owner Justin Yeager and his staff are experts in their field and will deliver on your vehicle's needs. So the next time your car is in need of repair, go see the best at Yeager's Auto Body in Green River at 360 West Flaming Gorge Way, or give them a call at 307-875-2448. Yeager's Auto Body in Green River, proud sponsors of Mountain View and Lyman High School sports. Getting a look here of the Mountain View starters, and Thermopolis will receive to start the contest. They will be defending the south end zone, Mountain View to the north. And I was for a second thinking, hey, is this what's going on with this press box? Everything feels backwards. I feel like the north end zone should be to my left and my south end zone should be to my right. Well, it should be, but I'm facing the west. So there you go. The press box here, the away press box here for Mountain View and us today is there's two press boxes, so I'm going away. So that's why everything's a little bit opposite. So Mountain View in their white jerseys, purple pants, bright purple helmets with the side MV, and for Thermopolis, stark purple jerseys, yellow numerals, and a yellow stripe across the shoulders. Yellow stripe across the top of the helmet, going straight away, middle away to split it in half with purple on the paint for those helmets as well. And they've got the T striped across the Bobcat head on the side as decals. That's your setup for the jerseys, and Thermopolis will receive. Let's take the starters now for first the Thermopolis offense. Dustin Harvey takes over from being a four-year starter at running back to being a quarterback in this contest. He's 11 of 21 after Wyatt McDermott was hurt, and he took over in the position. He is a senior wearing number 11. At running back, leading the charge is fullback Logan Cole, 23 attempts, 153 yards. He's at number 44. Jackson Jensen is number 5 and a junior, as is Rhodey Farrell, number 10, a freshman. There are a couple of running backs we'll see today. Wing back, a tight end, split slot guy, kind of a do-it-all. Blake Williams, number 2, a senior for Thermopolis. Continuing the Thermopolis starters, Jaron Mortimer, a tight end with 3 touchdowns on 4 receptions. Where's number 84? He is a senior. A senior as well, number 23, Cade McLean, has 2 catches for 34 yards. Now on the offensive line, where it all really takes place and happens, Logan Shumway is the left tackle and starter, and at left guard it's Spencer Axtell. Remington Faree is the center, he's a junior, and Riley Schaefer is the right guard, a senior. Jason Klaus, senior right tackle. Now on to the Mountain View starters. Up on the front line at defensive end, we have Hunter Gross and Jimmy Medler. And at defensive tackle, Brecken Barnes and Hunter Meeks at nose tackle. Sam Porter is a linebacker, as is Kimball Madsen. At strong safety, it's Brigham Blumel. Weak safety, Caleb Knutson, and free safety, Ashton Schofield. The cornerbacks in today's game, a pair of seniors, Braden Walk and Trevor Sweeney. The opening kick is Tiancum Piccola, setting up to boot it away at the 40-yard line. Mountain View will be moving on the dial from right to left. And with our west-facing press box, that means from north to south. Time for kickoff is, look like right at 7 p.m. It's 6:59 right now, as Piccola looks to put his hand up into the air, down deep to receive for Hot Springs County, Thermopolis. We have a couple of guys. Let's take a look. Is that Eli McCumber and Jackson Jensen? Looks like it might be Jace Longwell and Jackson Jensen. Kick is off, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line, but bobbled Jensen picks it up at the goal line. Now has to recover it and take it out at the 10. He's stuffed up just before the 10, and the drive will start at about the 8-yard line. First play of the game upcoming. Time of kickoff right at 7 p.m. Thermopolis takes over with their first drive, and the ball marked at the 8-yard line. Time on the clock, 11:55. Brings Harvey out. Under center. Has Logan Cole behind him, kind of with one of those Mike Allstott fullbacks. One receiver either side and a slot man in Williams to the left. Man in motion and a handoff to the left, a sweep left, and fielded out to the 15-yard line or close thereof. The handoff went left side to looked like Cade McLean or looked like it was Cade McLean. Can't quite see if that was 22 or 23 there. 22 there. Jace Longwell getting the opening carry. And it goes for about 6 yards. Second down and 4. Ball marked on the invisible quarterback keeper out left side and crawling it out to the 15 or 16. And from this angle, I can't see a single thing as far as yardage markers go. Wait to see the placement of the ball. Should be enough for a first down, and it's maybe inches. No, it is just enough, 4 yards. This is about the worst press box I've ever been in. First and 10, ball at, let's say, the 19-yard line. 4-yard carry there. Give it to Cole. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left, shotgun formation for Harvey. He looks to throw, then tucks and runs. Moves out to his left, and not a whole lot of space to work with. May have been brought down in the backfield or for a no gain there. Brought down by Kimball Madsen there, and the ball is marked at the point of the line of the scrimmage, no gain. Second down and 10. Ball stays at the 19-yard line. Under center is Harvey. Receiver bunched up to the right. Williams goes in motion, and a handoff to Cole, trying to go up the middle. Sees a sea of white, and he's brought back for a no gain. Brings up third down and long at about the 19-yard line. Have to see if that was Rhodey Farrell. It was Rhodey Farrell on the carry, and again, no gain, maybe 1 yard for Farrell. Third down and 9 to go. Ball marked at the 20-yard line. Have no vantage point to see what's happening, unfortunately, especially from that far hash mark. So doing the best we can. Shotgun formation. Harvey has Farrell to his left, the freshman. Takes the snap, and Harvey goes out, completed to Cole on the right side. A screen pass goes nowhere. Brought down for a loss of about 3 as Mountain View's faithful come alive. Brigham Blumel gives Cole a help up on the loss of, let's say, 4 on the play, and it brings up fourth down and 13 to go. First throw and completion for Dustin Harvey, but it goes for -4 yards. Brings up a punt as Ashton Schofield and Trevor Sweeney go back at about the 50-yard line to receive for Mountain View. First drive, a 3 and out for Thermopolis. Good kick. Fielded at the 45-yard line, that by Schofield. Makes a move at the 50, down to the 45. Makes another move, out into open field. The ball comes stumbling out. One Thermopolis Bobcat had it, but it looks like as the pile goes down, it squirted out of Mountain View. Then Thermopolis thinks they have it. That's the reaction on the crowd. And it is finally recovered by Thermopolis. So they punt it and take it away. Rhodey Farrell on the recovery. And it goes to the 34-yard line. Mountain View takes over with 8:39 as we welcome you to the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Bridger Valley Motor, 24-hour towing. Give Glade Erickson a call at 307-780-3280. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line after a fumbled punt by Ashton Schofield. Cole takes the handoff, pushing forward to the 35-yard line, maybe to the 36, and that's about where he stalls. Cole coming in with leading the team in carries. out to the 36-yard line, maybe the 37. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7 to go. For Cole, 2nd play at the 37-yard line. Mountain View won't beat Mountain View. That's the theme that gets repeated time and again for the Buffs, and a turnover early on. They were sitting at +1 coming into the contest. Shotgun formation, man in motion to the left is Williams. And Harvey, the lefty, back to throw. Overthrows Cole by a mile. Trying to run a little roll out on a wheel. Route out at the 45-yard line. The ball goes flying past. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 37-yard line. Mountain View already got a 3 and out. But the fumble has them in position, needing one more. Mortimer on the right side, and Cole split out in the slot. So a 4-receiver set. Shotgun form. Back goes out in motion, spreads out, and Farrell is just Harvey back there. And a low snap is whistled dead. Looks like a false start to move the offense back 5 yards. Brings up 3rd down and about 12 to go. False start, the call. Illegal procedure. So moving back 5 yards regardless. 3rd down and 12 to go. Say the ball marked at the 34, 35, 33. Let's see. Say about the 33-yard line. They need to get down to about the 42, so that put it back a 45. You can't see the yard markers here. Shotgun form. Look out to the left side. Harvey tucks, takes off running, wrapped up in the backfield, and then picked off by Mountain View. A turnover, returning the favor for another one. Hunter Meeks comes away with the interception on the play. 7:29 left, and Mountain View takes over control. First quarter brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. Here in Thermopolis, no score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Trying to get a marker for the ball. Looks like it's about the 33-yard line. Time of the clock, 7:29. Handoff to Madsen. He has a big hole up the middle. Squirts right through it and then ripped down by Blake Williams at about the 25. They mark it down to the 23-yard line. Gain of 8, make it 9 yards for Kimball on the first play from scrimmage. Ball at the 23-yard line. Clock continues to roll down to 7 minutes here. First quarter brought to you by Bridger Valley Motors. Shotgun formation, 4 receivers, 2 either side. Braden Walk, the quarterback. Looks like Madsen to his left. No, Madsen's in. So he is the man getting the handoff. Goes out to his right side. Big hole out to the corner. Looking for Pylon and into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain View. Well, that took just 2 plays to go 31 yards down the field. And Mountain View comes away with their first touchdown, a 23-yard run by Kimball Madsen. And Mountain View scores first at 6:37 remaining in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Time of possession there, about 30 seconds. Tiancum Picola in for the extra point. It's up, and with those short little markers on either side, hard to tell. It is good. 7-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard back in 30 seconds. A 23-yard touchdown run by Kimball Madsen gets the first points on the board. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on MyLocalRadio.com.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Knew we would not have time to give you the Mountain View starters as they came out for their first drive because that's just how fast they run the offense. 2 plays and about 30 seconds later, they go 31 yards down the field for a touchdown. Braden Walk is your quarterback. Running back, Kimball Madsen, Trevor Sweeney, Brigham Blumel, Caleb Knutson, Ashton Schofield, your 4 receivers back there. And on the offensive line, Hunter Gross, Jimmy Medler, Bridger Harris, Brecken Barnes, and Hunter Meeks from left to right. Pecola, hand up in the air, ball at the 40. He boots it deep. Looking to go down and field it. It's picked up by Thermopolis about the 10-yard line, down to the 23-yard line. And a big stuff up there. Gets a reaction from the home crowd by Kimball Madsen. Fielded there by Jackson Jensen. Drive starts for Thermopolis. Number 3 already for them on the day. Just 2 offensive plays for Mountain View. Welcome back to the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Ball marked at the 23. Harvey under center, I formation, Cole the fullback. 1 receiver either side. Handoff to Rhodey Farrell. Play action, no. It's back to the 20-yard line, so nobody was fooled there. As stuffed up in the backfield for a loss. And it was Jace Longwell with the carry. And loss of 1 on the play. Down to the 22. Second down and 11. Thermopolis taking their time in the huddle. Get a look at the backs as they go. Well, the injury to McDermott kind of threw everything out. It's a no-back set this time with Harvey switching to the quarterback position. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Mortimer. Quarterback keeper. He takes it and runs out to his left side, trying to find some real estate out to the sidelines, and none to really be found. Back to the line of scrimmage, and looks like that is about it. Maybe a yard on the play. 3rd down and 10 to go. A gain of 1 yard gets him back to the original line of the play. 3rd down and 10. Dustin Harvey with his 2nd carry of the day. Came in, of course he started the season at quarterback, but came in with 28 attempts for 219 yards. No touchdowns on the year. Kimball Madsen getting the 23-yard score. For Kimball, he had 12 rushing touchdowns last year. That is number 9 for him on the season. 2 receivers out to the far side. Shotgun form, 1 back set, 2 to the near as well. Man in motion. Looking back to throw the lefty. Harvey heaves it wide open at the 35-yard line. Completed. Out past the 45 and a little bit longer. Out to the 47-yard line. The pass completion there to Jace Longwell. Longwell gets his first completion of the day from the 23-yard line. And ball marked at the 46. Give him a gain of 24. And 23 on the play. Sets up 1st down and 10. Ball marked at the 46-yard line. I formation. Man in motion to the left. Williams fakes the handoff. It goes to Cole right up the middle. He moves just left of center, working his way toward the 50-yard line. Got out to the 49. Pickup of 3 there for Cole on the play. 2nd down and, 7. 4 minutes left. 2/3 of the way through the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. And again, Glade Erickson has the number to call, 307-780-3280. If you ever need a lift because your car breaks down, he can throw it up on his tow truck. No matter if it's all-wheel, 4-wheel drive, anything, he'll throw it up on that back. All 4 wheels will be up in the air, and you'll get a home safely with Bridger Valley Motor. Shotgun form, 2 receivers either side. Harvey looks out to his left, rolling back to throw. Now tucks and run. Brecken Barnes made first contact, pushed out of bounds on the sack there. Brings up 3rd down and probably about 12, depending on the spot. Well, they give him a generous one there. It's just 3rd down and 9. A loss of 2 on the sack there. 3rd down and 9.5 yards to go at the 46.5-yard line. 3:28 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. First drive was 3 and out. Got the ball back with the fumble by Ashton Schofield, then an interception by Meeks. Put Mountain View with their first drive. A timeout now taken by Thermopolis on 3rd down and 9. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the play. Ball marked on the 47 on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on mylocalradio.com.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
First quarter action, and it's 7-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View leading on the scoreboard at 3-0 on the year. Thermopolis has held tight with a couple of teams of good regard throughout the state. Bighorn and Buffalo losing by 2 touchdowns each, 14 points and an extra. In a couple of weeks, week 1 and week 2 last week, it was Moorcroft that Thermopolis took care of 68-0. That got him a number 4 ranking in the WyoPreps.com coaches and media poll. 3rd down and 9 here with the ball marked at the 46-yard line. And time to try to move the ball along here. I formation, need 9 yards. Williams in motions from right to left. Pitch left side. It's Cole, the back, out to the 49-yard line, maybe just across the 50, but well short of a first down. Ball marked at the 50-yard line. A gain of 4 for Cole on 3rd down and 9 will not be enough. 4th down and 6, right at midfield. See what Thermopolis opts to do, down 7 points already. Appears to be back to punt. Does Dustin Harvey. Braden Walk goes back to receive at about the 15-yard line. Mountain View defense stuffed up other than that, not really putting too much in punt coverage. The punt is away. Walk reels back on it as it hits down at the 15-yard line. Rolling towards the far sideline, out of bounds and touchdown at about the 13. That's where Mountain View will start their second drive. Right here on mylocalradio.com, live from Thermopolis. First drive was just 2 plays, about 30 seconds, and 31 yards down the field. 2:37 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter as Mountain View now takes over on the 13. Shotgun form and double back set with Madsen and Blumel in a little side-by-side pistol. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. Blumel, the lead blocker on the pitch, left to Madsen at the 15-yard line. Still looks for a little more room outside. Still working on the ground at the 17. A flag came out. Marked down at about the 16-yard line is where the flag is, near the near side hash mark. And it's a holding play against Mountain View. Mark them back from the spot of the foul and negate the run. Again, the ball marked at the flag marked at the 16. Looks like they're going to mark it back from about the 17-yard line to create 2nd down and long. 7-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard here in the first, late in the Bridger Valley Motors first quarter. Ball marked at the 6-yard line. So a little bit longer to go. Single backs. Shotgun set this time. Madsen to the left of Walk, 4 receivers. Back to throw. Walk airs it out, looking for Blumel in the near sideline. He tumbles down to the ground on a ball that was well overthrown, but may have sold a pass interference call. Blumel went tumbling into his defender there, and it may have worked. Jesse Skelton was the man in single coverage, giving up a head and shoulders to Blumel at 6'4". Pass interference is the call, and it bumps the field position up a a little bit for Mountain View. A first down upcoming. Ball marked down to the 34-yard line or 33. Well, that's where the referee's standing right now. It's being marked off. I think they're going to be not quite that good. I looked at the ball. And, yeah, now it's tossed back to the 20-yard line on the near side hash mark. Mountain View working in the white jerseys, purple pants from right to left. As the sun sets over Thermopolis. Dark clouds have faded away. It ended up being not so bad for kickoff, right around 50 degrees. Ball marked at the 21-yard line for first down and 10. 2 straight penalties, one for Mountain View holding, 1 pass interference for Thermopolis, and it's still first down. And make it, and it's not first down and 10, it's first down and 2, it looks like. Maybe it was the incidental 5-yard call or something along those lines. Walk, hands off to Madsen. He's working straight up the middle out to the 25-yard line, shook a couple of tacklers, spun around another one, and gets the first down. The marker was at the 23-yard line, and Madsen gets out to the 26. Gain of 5 on the play. First down and 10. All 3 plays that have counted have gone to Madsen. Those are the ones without penalties. Ball to the 26-yard line, first down and 10. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, and a comeback route for Brigham Blumel caught and out towards the first down yard marker. Blumel caught and run about 5 yards on a little quick button hook. See where he went out of bounds. Caught it at the 30-yard line and down at the 34. Gain of 9 on the play. First completion for Walk. And they do give him a first down at the 35. So a full 10 yards gained. Quick snap and a handoff is bobbled out of the hands of Blumel. Walk has time to drop down back on it. Results in a loss of the play of a couple of yards. Second down and 13 to go. Puts the ball back to the 33-yard line. Maybe the 32. Senior quarterback Walk looking out to his sideline for the play call. Stuffed up box. Shotgun form. Madsen to the right, looking back to throw. Has Blumel, wants him all the way. Caught again on a little quick button hook route. And on second down and 13, it's completed out to about the 43-yard line. Third down and 3 to go. Ball at the 43. 10-yard completion again for Walk. Second reception of the day for Brigham. Need to get to the 41-yard line. The players are blocking the yard markers. Option play out right side, 35, 40, 50, 45. Madsen off to the races, down to the 35. Now brought down from behind inside the 30-yard line. And Madsen all the way down to the 27-yard line. Give him 38 on the run. First down and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. Shotgun form. Walk. Takes the snap. Hands off on a sweep end around. Ashton Schofield with it. Gets a good block on his left sideline. Running out to inside from the 28 inside to about the 25. Again, you cannot see the yard markers here. Out to the 25-yard line. Make it the 24. 4-yard gain on the carry by Ashton. Second down and 6. Second down and about 5. Double back formation at the end of the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. 7-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View leading Thermopolis. On to second quarter action in a minute. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
A
common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
7-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View has 1 touchdown to their name in the first quarter. On to the second quarter and driving again. Ball marked on the 24-yard line. 4 receivers set. It's Sweeney and Schofield to the near side. Blumel and Knudsen as Mountain View switch going to the left to right over on that left sideline. Blumel lined up and Madsen joining Walk in the backfield. And he's to the left of Braden. Now Braden takes a step up, so just a half step in front of Madsen. Ball again on the 24-yard line. Second down and make it 4 to go. Quarterback keeper notes a direct snap straight ahead to Madsen out to about the 20-yard line. That's where the first down marker is close to, out to the 19, so should be third down and 2 to go. 3-yard gain there for Kimball. Almost up to 70 yards on 5 carries. Needs to get down to the 19-yard line. Madsen may be taking the snap again. We'll see. He took the last one on a direct just to the left of Braden Walk. Both set up pretty close to each other. Walk's calling for it. Hands off to Madsen. Jukes out to his right side. Finds some space. First down and more. 15, 10, 5. One man to beat. Shoves him to the ground. Touchdown, Mountain View. 13-0 as Kimball Madsen took another one to the house right around Juke. Step outside, got out in space, and then shoved Blake Williams to the ground with his left hand before dancing into the end zone. A 21-yard score for Madsen, the second of the day for Mountain View. He's got 90 yards and 6 carries. Extra point upcoming. Walk the holder. And Tiankin Picola, it's up, and it's good. 14-0. On the Benedict's Market and True Value board, Mountain View 2-touchdown lead on the First Bank presentation of Mountain View Buffs football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year. And lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region, too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Score comes with 11:16 left in the second quarter as Kimball Madsen takes it 21 yards for the touchdown. Thank you to Bridger Valley Motor for our first quarter sponsorship. We'll have the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime show coming up. 2 touchdowns on the board for Mountain View over Thermopolis. Looking pretty good. That 21-yard score by Madsen puts him into double digits on the season. Tiankin Picola set to boot it away for Mountain View. Hands all up in the air. Ball marked at the 40-yard line. 2 men deep to receive for Thermopolis. Goes out and bobbled there by a hard hit. Brought down at the 15-yard line. A bobble by Skelton trying to get a hand on it. Check that. That was not Skelton. That was Rhodey Farrell, the freshman running back, trying to get a hand on the ball. Never could quite corral anything. And it's first down and 10. 11-11. Ball marked on the 16-yard line. An 87-yard drive for Mountain View to score that. Capped out by the 21-yard run. I formation, Harvey under center. Cole, the fullback, man in motion to the left, pitch left side. It's Longwell working his way, finding some real estate out to the 35-yard line and to the 37, gain of 20 plus on the carry. Wait for the spot there at the 16-yard line. He gets a first down and about double that. Ball marked all the way out to the 37. Give him 21 yards on the carry. Longest carry of the day for Thermopolis. Comes by Longwell in their first play of the second quarter. First down and 10. Ball marked on the 32. Under center. I formation. Faked. Harvey rolls out to his left. Throws it. Has a man deep. Caught at the 40-yard line and then bobbled out of his hands and out of bounds. I think you have to call that one incomplete. It was close. If it's a catch, it's down past the 30, and they call a fumble out of bounds to the 37-yard line. Completed there on the run to Cade McLean. Ball marked at the 37, so a gain there of 31 on the carry, or on the catch rather. I'll make it 31. Big field flip there. First catch of the day for McLean. Pass back on a pitch out to Logan Coley. Breaks a tackle at the 42-yard line. Pushes forward, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost just 1 yard on the play. And they'll give him a loss of 2. $40 yards on 3 completions for Dustin Harvey. He came in passing at a high clip for a running back, converted over to 52.4%. Marked the ball at the 39-yard line. Second down and 12. $10-12 left in the second quarter as Thermopolis breaks the huddle. Second down and 12. Again, ball marked at the 39-yard line. Harvey, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And play whistle dead. Referee calls a penalty on Thermopolis. Dead ball foul. Backs him up 5 yards. Out to the 44. May have been a legal procedure again. So 5 more to go, and the ball needs to get down to the 27-yard line. Brings second down and 17. Shotgun form again, single back. 3 receivers left side. Roll out to the left, Harvey. Tucks, now throws. Booted and nearly intercepted at the line of scrimmage there for Mountain View. That was Trevor Condis on that bat. Correction there, might have been Brigham Blumel, or was that Hunter Gross? It was either 50 or 10. It was a 0. I thought at first it was 70, but I think it was Brigham Blumel. He's set up on that side with the bat. It's a big body no matter who. It got the broken play. Third down and 17 to go. Ball marked on the 39-yard line. I formation, an interesting form. 1 receiver to the right, comes in motion in Williams. Pitch left side, trying to catch it all, maybe thinking 2-down territory, but they're going to lose more yardage. Big tackle in the back of the line. Gain or loss of 2 more yards on the play. Back to the 45-yard line on the carry there. Brody Farrell did not have a chance. Brecken Barnes on the tackle for a loss of 2. Walk rolls back to receive a punt. Three and out, interception, punt, and now punt. And this one a bad one. Carried out to about the 20-yard line, so they'll get it inside the 20. The ball sailed a little bit farther than it looked like initially, but Dustin Harvey trying to pin him inside. Maybe wanted to get a little bit more distance down the field before he angled it out to the left. Drive starts for Mountain View. Say at the 19-yard line. No, it's right at the 20. Time on the clock in the second quarter, 9:08. 14-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Shotgun. Walk. Has Madsen to his left. Schofield comes in motion. Takes the handoff left side. Sweeping. A lot of room to work with. To the 30. He's tripped up just about right there. Rolls forward to the 35-yard line, but I think he'll have a knee down before there. They mark him at the 34. Pick up a 14 on the run for Schofield. His last sweep around ended up being called back for a holding penalty. That pushed him back to the 6-yard line. So I said 87 on that last touchdown drive. It actually ended up being 94 with that penalty. So they were all the way back to their 6. Walk has shotgun. Left side, it's Madsen. Sweeney comes in motion. Handoff. Faked. Walk keeps it. Up the left sideline. 40, 50-yard line. 2 men on his wake. 30. Cuts back in to the 25, to the 20-yard line. Brought down at the 15. And another big gain for Mountain View. On the run, he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 51 yards on the carry. Big run in the first one of the day for Braden Walk. As Mountain View flipping the field in quick fashion. All the way down to the 15-yard line. The 51-yard carry by Walk has Mountain View in the red zone for a third time today. First 2 times it was a quick trip as it was all happened in one play as Madsen took a couple of 20-plus yard runs. So their first play from the red zone. Quarterback keeper, no. It's pitched out right side to Madsen. Tries to stiff arm a man at the 15. Steps over another, down to the 10. Inside to the 5-yard line. Stopped at the 6-yard line. Pushed out of bounds to his right. A man's move there by Kimball. 9-yard pickup, and he broke 3 tackles in the process of it. 99 yards on 7 carries, 2 touchdowns for Madsen. 14-0, 8 minutes left in the second quarter on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Stay tuned for halftime. Well, we'll hear from Ruger Hewitt, rodeo student at Mountain View High School. Shotgun, man left is Madsen. 2 receivers either way. Ball marked on the 6-yard line. First down and goal. Or second down and goal. Well, they can get a first down, pardon me. And a run forward. Madsen takes it inside, just shy of the goal line. Had my markers all mixed up with my small, literally small window to look through here at the press box. Madsen takes it inside all the way to the 2-yard line, so picks up 4 and a first down. Now it is first and goal. 103 yards on 8 carries for Kimball. 1 back set, but it looks like either one with Madsen or Walk could take the direct snap here as Walk goes under center. Madsen a single back, and Walk pushes it forward, trying to get into the end zone from 2 yards out, and it will be close. Wait for the call. The far sideline official signals touchdown, and that's the call. Third touchdown of the day, this one by Braden Walk for 2 yards. He had the big play of the drive of 51-yard run, so why not get the touchdown? It's 20-0 Mountain View. Finally called officially from the score table over on that far press box. Extra point out for Tiancum Picola. 2-minute, 3-second drive. That goes 80 yards for Mountain View. The kick is up and good. 21-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on mylocalradio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
21-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. We welcome you back to Thermopolis, Wyoming, where it's a 3-touchdown lead. The first touchdown of the day scored by someone other than Kimball Madsen. Goes a 2-yard run for Braden Walk. He had a 51-yard play that flipped the field down to the 15-yard line for Mountain View. A 2-minute, 3-second drive. And all 3 drives Mountain View has had today have resulted in touchdowns. The first time they touched the ball, it did not, because Ashton Schofield fumbled the punt return today, but since fumbled, put it away. Picola kicks it away, fielded at the 9-yard line, and again a bobble out up the left sideline. Looks like Farrell carrying it forward to about the 23-yard line, where Thermopolis will start their 5th drive of the day. It was Farrell on the kickoff. Return up and ball marked at the 24-yard line. Getting dark out there. So the lights have been on since about pregame as the sun was setting in front of us, and I was worried. But apparently it's late enough in the year where we don't have to worry about it with a 7 o'clock kickoff. If it was 6, it would have been a little bit different. Mortimer to the left side and 4 receivers, 2 either way. 1 back set for Harvey. Man in motion is Williams. Handoff is fake to Longwell, and a keeper by Harvey gets stopped in the backfield for a big loss there. Brecken Barnes on the tackle for the Buffs. Loss of 3. I saw 68 Brecken Barnes in there as well, I thought. Gross and Harris were credited with that tackle from the scoring side, although they said Gross. Second down and 13. Shotgun form, Harvey fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, has Mortimer, and it was Cole rather, incomplete at the 30-yard line. He was wide open, went right through his hands, had Schofield about 5 yards behind him. But a big play missed, probably would have been good for a first down. Instead, it is 3rd down and 13 to go. Ball marked just past the 20-yard line. Need to get to the 34 to get a first down. Harvey in the shotgun, 1 man to his left. 2 receivers left side. Blitz comes in. Man in motion takes the handoff. It's Longwell. He cuts back in at the 25-yard line. Still on his feet. Spun around and brought down by Kimball Madsen, who gives him a little bit of a look as he gets up and walks away from the play. Ball marked at the 26-yard line. 4th down and 8 to go. A pickup of 4 on the play for Longwell. 30 yards on 4 carries. And a punt upcoming. Sweeney and Schofield back to return. Kick by Harvey. Fair catch called at the 35, and Sweeney starts to take off to run, but fair catch had already been called, I think, by Schofield. Drive starts at the 35-yard line, and there's 5:29 left in the second quarter. 21-0 the tally on the Benedict's Market and True Value board for Mountain View, leading Thermopolis coming into the game at 1-2, 1-1 in the conference standings, losing to Buffalo 28-14 and defeating Moorcroft 68-0. Outscoring their opponents on the year 109-68, but if you take out that loss or that win over Moorcroft last year, they're being outscored 41-68. Ball on the 35-yard line for Mountain View to start. Yet another drive there, 4th. Knutson comes in motion, takes the handoff from the left to the right, to the 40-yard line, pushing toward the sideline, close to the first down yard marker. Should have got it. Looks like a gain of about 11 on the play as he went down at the 45-yard line. Gave a heavy shoulder pad to the defender as he went out of bounds. They call it for a first down. Gain of 11 on the play on the run by Knudsen. And first down and 10 for the Buffs. Quick play under center. Handoff to Madsen. Goes straight up the middle and gets nowhere with it. Maybe a yard. Second down and 9. Ball marked just shy of the 50 by 4 yards. Anyway, gain of 2 there on the 42-yard line. Shotgun form. Madsen 2 walks left. Now he splits out left side. 5 receiver set. Walk. Looks for a screen comebacker to Blumel. Fielded and caught it. Out to the 50-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Make it a gain of 3. Third down and 5 to go. 23 yards on 3 completions to Blumel. Then a 14-yarder to Ashton Schofield. Well, that was a run, not a pass. No back set. Madsen goes in motion from the left to the right, and on 3rd and 5, flags fly, an illegal procedure called against Mountain View. That's the 3rd call today. Backs him up 5 to about 3rd and 10. That's right where it is. All marked on the 45-yard line. Three receivers to the right, 2 to the left, no back set. Walk takes the snap, looks out, deep, straight up the middle of the field. Has a man in Blumel who was being held, but no flags come in. So we may have our first Mountain View punt of the day coming up on the 45-yard line. Blumel was streaking up the center of the field. Looked like he got held back, may have been a little overthrown as well. Madsen back to punt. 3 men back defending Madsen, and going out back to receive is McCumber for Thermopolis. Punt is a good one. Out to the 15-yard line. Fair catch was called, but McCumber fell down to his backside at the 15-yard line. Lets the ball roll all the way into the 5, where it's touched down by Ashton Schofield. So a great punt for Kimball Madsen. Goes for 41 yards. And Thermopolis has to take over on their own 5. Just 3:39 left in the second quarter. Thermopolis in the huddle. Mountain View defensively set out there. 4-man front. 2 linebackers. A safety up in Blumel up coming around the right side. A loaded up box. Make it 9 or 10 in the box there. 10 in the box for Mountain View inside their own 5. Thermopolis takes the snap. Harvey gives the handoff to Cole, and it's a fumble. Ball is down on the ground. Mountain View says they have it, and the call is Buffs football. Fumble on the first play from inside their own 5. Thermopolis down 21-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Probably about to be down a little bit more. Ball marked on the 4. Mountain View's had no trouble scoring from 94 yards away. Try it from 4. Walk takes a direct snap out to his right side. Breaks through a couple of tackles. Reaches for the far pylon. Touchdown. Mountain View, 1 play, 4 yards on a quarterback keeper, where Walk took the ball all the way from center to the right pylon and scores to make it 27-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A 4-second drive there. Tiancum Picola out to kick. set to kick it. It's up and good. 28-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A 4-yard touchdown for Braden Walk on a fumble recovery. Just set up that drive, has Mountain View up 4 touchdowns late in the second quarter. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
We're here to help strengthen our community. Yes, that's right. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we take pride in belonging to our community. We encourage people of every race, gender, and belief to come together and give their all towards the betterment of our community. It's about people helping people. When you join our credit union, you also join a movement. At Trona Valley, we are thankful for our members, member NCUA, trust NCUA, a credit union system that is safe, sound, and secure.
.323 left in the second quarter as Mountain View leads it on the Benedict's Market and True Value board 28-0. Buffs roll out to kick it away at the 40-yard line. Picola, the kickoff man. 4 for 4 on extra points today. Puts the ball on the tee and takes his steps back. Well, it looks like we may need to throw out the stat book at halftime and pull out a new one, as we'll see how long these starters are in if the game continues to go this way. The kick is up and away. No fielding by Farrell there, as he may let it go out of bounds. Might be a touchback, might be just out of bounds. And it is a touchback. So ball marked at the 20-yard line. 6th drive of the day for Thermopolis. None have resulted in points. 3:09 left in the second quarter. .309 again left on the clock in the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Under center is Harvey. Calls Williams in motion to his left. Handoff faked. Harvey looking to throw. Has Cole. Overthrows him at the 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 10. 40 yards on 3 completions. I have him at 3 of 7 for Harvey. Throws for -4, 23 yards and 31. Ball marked at the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Just under, or just at, about 3 minutes to go left in this first half. Under center again for Harvey. One back set. Williams goes in motion to the right. Pitch out right side. Longwell out to the 25, 30-yard line. Stopped right there, stuck up, but not before a gain of about 12 yards on the carry. Should be enough for a first down. Looked like Braden Walk on the tackle. Ball marked at the 31-yard line. A gain of 11 on the run for Longwell. He's kind of been the workhorse today. Came into the year with just 6 attempts, but 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Only ran 23 plays of offense, I was told, last week against Moorcroft. They scored just about every time they had it. Well, they did, and just about every play they ran, they scored. Shotgun form, Harvey looks to throw, then tucks and run. A designed run out to the right side, to the 40-yard line. Pushing forward, still on his feet out to about the 45. Good gain for enough for a first down on the designed quarterback keeper. The draw play there works out to the 44-yard line. Gain of 13 on the run. Just 8 yards for the quarterback, Dustin Harvey, today, as he's had some negative plays, got sacked as well. So even with those big runs, a little takes it away from the quarterback. You get sacked, and then you have to take that for the team. It's at the 44-yard line. First down and 10, back-to-back runs of 10 or more yards. Shotgun form. Harvey looks to throw. Fakes one, now rolling out, looking for options. Has Longwell at the 50-yard line. It's caught to the 45, up the near sideline. At the 30-yard line, trying to be drugged down. Ashton Schofield finally gets him to the ground at about the 26-yard line. Pick up of 30 yards on the catch and run. 74, Dustin Harvey. Penalty comes in, though. Wait to see what the call is, and it's on Mountain View. Personal foul. Looked like it might have been, was that a late hit? Not mic'd up here, the referees, so can't say what it was. 53 yards for Longwell through the air on 2 receptions. Add on to his 41 yards on the ground. Ball down to the 15-yard line after the first personal foul. Make it the 14-yard line. 1st and 10, 14 yards to go for Thermopolis' first touchdown of the day. And a timeout before that taken by Mountain View. We'll take one as well. 28-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Ball on the 14 for Thermopolis. When we return, this is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on MyLocalRadio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
See the Mountain View Buffs in the huddle there. It's 28-0 in favor of the team from Uinta County. We're in Hot Springs County here where Thermopolis in the hot seat right now in this contest at the 14-yard line. 1st down and 10. A need to score situation to try to save any face as you head into the half. Down to 2:13 left in the second quarter. 1st down and 10. Harvey has a few words for Rhodey Farrell, the freshman running back, lined up as the full with Longwell behind him, the halfback. Under center, Harvey fakes a handoff, rolls out right side. He's a lefty, throwing across his body. Completed near the goal line and into the end zone, not quite, but close. Completed it to Rhodey Farrell, and that must have been what they were talking about. Ball down to the 2-yard line. Gain of 12 on the reception. First catch of the day for Rhodey. Ball marked on the 2-yard line. Set up to the right hash mark. Harvey looks around. Under center. Has Longwell the halfback, Farrell the full. Handoff goes to Longwell. He bounces around one tackler. Brought down by Medler as he reaches out trying to find the end zone. Stopped just a little bit short. Not quite there. 2nd down and goal. Gain of 1. Jimmy Medler on the tackle. Give him 1 yard on the play. 2nd down and 1 yard to go. Both teams taking their time, and here comes Dustin Harvey into the huddle for Thermopolis. Got the yellow Bobcat above the numbers on the back of their jerseys. Harvey takes it. Quarterback draw, moving forward. Again, stopped short of the goal line. Hunter Gross on the tackle there, wrapped him up. Right about where the line of scrimmage was. 3rd down and goal. Down to 30 seconds left in the first half, and Harvey taking his time. I don't see any list for timeouts there, but I think think Thermopolis should have a timeout left. 3rd down and goal. About 1.5 yards out. Low snap. Harvey gets it, but stopped behind the line of scrimmage as all he had time to do was grab the ball. And that's the end of the second quarter. Unless there was a timeout given right at 1 second to Thermopolis, and it looks like that is the case. So 4th and goal. When we come back, the second quarter will end. They put the clock at 00-04, so 4 seconds left. Or maybe that's 4/100ths of a second when Coach McPhee got the timeout taken. We'll keep it right here. Either way, we're headed to the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime after this play, whether it's 28-6 or 28-0, 4th and goal. And the last play bumped Thermopolis back to, it looks like, about the 7-yard line, maybe the 8. Let's call it at the 8, tentatively, as you cannot see a single thing on this field from the vantage point or the yardage markers given. You got long grass as well hiding the markers. Looks like Thermopolis was trying to slow down Mountain View with the lack of a haircut on the grass. Hasn't worked so far. 28-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. The ball is marked as I see it now clearly as Mountain View out of the timeout at the 9-yard line. The low snap to Harvey causing that. 4th down and goal at the 9. Harvey in the shotgun. Has Farrell to the left side as a tight end. Longwell in the backfield. Man in motion is Williams. And the snap was faked, or the handoff was faked to Williams, but an offsides on Mountain View gives 5 yards and one more play to Thermopolis. Now we're at 3 seconds apparently. Offsides pushes it back up to the 4-yard line, let's say. So one more play, one more time. 4th and goal. Ball on the 4. Thermopolis out of the huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Longwell in the backfield to the right of Harvey in the shotgun. 28-0. Thermopolis looking to get a little bit of scoring help. Going into the half, a referee from the near sideline comes out and I think respots, perhaps. A respot of the ball. The road contingency of Mountain View, which traveled today, comes alive on 4th and goal. It's on the 4. This is the half. Throw by Harvey into the end zone. Popped up into the air, a pass breakup by Braden Walk, and a turnover on downs. The first half ends with a goal line stand by Mountain View, holding them on the 1 and backing them up. They get a whole huge round of applause from the Mountain View Road Dogs on our side as they head into the half. Up 4 touchdowns on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Light, up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
We hope you're enjoying this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance in Evanston. Whether it's home, life, renters, auto, or more, Jeff Piper is your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Black's Fork Dental, top-of-the-line dentistry available right in your backyard. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Welcome into the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness offering auto and home glass repair, 24-hour towing, and a fitness center that never closes. Whatever you need, it's probably Bradshaw's you need to call. Well, at the half, it's 28-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, and it seems like it's becoming a broken record at this point, but I think Thermopolis may be the ones needing to call Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness with a little bit of help as they get stuck up at the goal line on the 1-yard line by Mountain View, and all capped off by a little pass breakup by Braden Walk in the end zone. And that's your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game here at the half. Braden Walk, he had a 51-yard run as well, but we're going to go ahead and give it to that goal line stand as that keeps Thermopolis off the board. 12 minutes have been put up onto the halftime scoreboard clock, so we will take a break and come back with a standout student for the week. It's Ruger Hewitt when we return on this Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime show. 28-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. When we return, we'll have Ruger Hewitt and then final halftime stats after that. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Jake Hibbard here with Ruger Hewitt, a senior at Mountain View High School. You are into rodeo, Ruger. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in the sport.
Oh, it started with my family owning horses, and nobody's ever really done rodeo, so we just started getting into it and thought it was cool. And
you don't come from a family background of rodeo necessarily?
No.
How old were you when you learned how to ride a horse?
I was pretty young, probably in 5 or so.
Now, you are a senior now, so that's 13 years on a horse. At what point did you feel pretty comfortable, or have you always felt so comfortable on a horse since you were so young when you started?
I've always felt pretty comfortable on a horse. They never really bothered me or anything. So.
What are your events in rodeo?
Calf roping and team roping.
Describe to me the different challenges in each one of them.
Calf roping, it's an individual sport, so it's just between you and the horse and the calf. Team roping, there's 2 of you, so you have to really work together. And
who's your partner?
Logan Corda. He's from Idaho.
How do you meet someone from Idaho to be a calf roping partner?
Well, yeah, that's where high school rodeo is in Idaho, so that's kind of how we got connected.
What's the program? What school are you through?
The Bear Lake Rodeo Club.
How far do you have to travel and how often to do that?
Almost every weekend in the fall and the spring, and the farthest we have to go is about 3.5 hours.
You got in with Bear Lake. Is that the closest available, or is that just what you wanted? Because isn't there stuff in Utah as well?
There's high school rodeo in Utah, but that's a lot farther and a lot different than Idaho, and we really like going to Idaho and Bear Lake.
How much travel is it comparative to, like, if you were in Utah? Is it less travel with more spots in the general area if you're competing in Idaho?
In Utah, it's actually a lot more than Idaho, and it's a lot farther for us.
So you get involved. You got a calf roping partner that lives in Idaho. I'm guessing you don't get to do much roping, team roping here in Mountain View, so you have to go over to Bear Lake. How often do you do that?
We try to go, I don't know, just every once in a while.
What's your favorite subject in class right now?
Probably welding class, like ag mechanics.
You said you also like doing a lot of stuff kind of hands-on, like working on the ranch sort of stuff. Did you have prior experience with welding before this class?
Not much. My dad did welding, and that was about it.
Is that what made you want to get into it?
Yeah.
What do you like about welding?
Just like how precise you have to be, and like how it's hands-on, and working with stuff like that, putting stuff together.
How long have you been welding now?
Since I was a freshman.
So you can take it all 4 years. You can basically major in welding in high school.
Yep.
What would you like to do moving on? Is it something more hands-on, or are you looking at a trade, going to college? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking more like a trade, like being a machinist or like a electrician or something like that.
Have you looked at any programs in the area or afar that you are interested in yet?
I've looked into like Bridgerland and like some of like just the colleges like Weber State or Utah State, kind of see what they have.
Tell me a little bit more about Bridgerland.
Oh, it's a technical college. It's like a trade college more, and it's doesn't have like more of like the general study classes. It just has classes focused on that trade.
Where's that located at?
Logan, Utah.
And how'd you hear about that first?
My sister goes to Utah State in Logan, so.
If you could take any subject out of the curriculum, like you didn't have to worry about it in high school, do you have one in mind?
English. English is not my favorite class, but
you make it through.
Yep.
Pretty new into your senior year, but anything you're looking forward to this year, school or otherwise?
No, I'm just excited for it. It's going to be new, I guess. I don't know.
How'd you get the name Ruger?
My parents wanted to name a kid after a gun, so.
Now, out of the choices that they could have done, are you good with Ruger? Because I'm thinking like there's Winchester, Remington, Browning, Colt. Are you good with Ruger?
Yeah, I really like Ruger.
Would you have felt as good if you were Winchester?
I don't know. That's a long name.
Or like 30-06 or 45-70?
That would have been a little iffy.
Got Ruger Hibbard, and you will be competing in your final year of rodeo this season. What's the season work like in rodeo?
It's pretty good. I feel a lot more confident this year than I have in past years.
When does it start? Has it already started? How does it work?
We actually had our first one this last weekend, and then we'll have one this weekend, and then we'll start back up in spring.
So you take the winter break, and then is there a state competition that you try to qualify for nationals that happens in the spring? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it happens in the end of spring, and then state nationals are in the summer.
Now, have you ever been able to make that trip out to Rock Springs for nationals?
Not for nationals, but for state in Pocatello.
Working on it for this year?
Yep.
Well, good luck. Ruger Hibbard, senior at Mountain View High School. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back here at the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness Halftime Show. Thank you to Ruger Hibbard, a senior at Mountain View High School, and not a rodeo clown. He's a rodeo star. As We'll now take you through the halftime stats as I have them. Kimball Madsen, 2 touchdowns in the game, 105 yards, 9 carries. So try to go ahead and try to work on that yard per carry average there, Kimball. See if you can mark that up a little bit. You're barely over 10, 11 yards per carry right now. Braden Walk in a similar boat, 3 carries for 57 yards, 1 for 51, 1 for 2, and 1 for 4. That was the touchdown for Braden. And let's see, I got to add in 2 touchdowns there. Braden with 2 touchdowns, Kimball with 2. Walk with 1 for 2 yards and 1 for 4 yards on a run. Ashton Schofield, 2 carries for 18 yards and 1 carry for 11 yards for Caleb Knutson. Braden Walk has completed 4 passes, make it 3 passes for 23 yards, all 3 to Brigham Blumel for the same amount, as that's how passing yardages go. 3 minutes before the start of the third quarter, and I'll tell you what, you wouldn't know it from this side, but Mountain View is indeed the road team. They have a loud group of travelers. I think there must be some noisemakers going on in that one. I look out, there's certainly more people from Thermopolis, and maybe it's a little cold out and they're being shut out right now, but it sure doesn't sound like that. Now let's add up those totals for Mountain View. That's 214 total yards of offense on 28 points, 191 rushing yards, 23 through the air. Now for Thermopolis, 82 passing yards on 5 completions for Dustin Harvey, 53 rushing yards. Dustin Harvey sitting at 0 with 6 carries on the negative plays. 12 yards for Logan Cole on 5 carries. Negative 1 yards by Rody Farrell on a couple of carries. And 42 for Jace Longwell on 6 carries. Cade McLean with 1 catch for 31 yards. 2 for Longwell, 53 yards, and 12 yards for Rody Farrell on a reception. Thermopolis still in the, not the dugout, almost said that. Still in the school, Hot Springs County High School, the locker room. That's what they're called. Still in there as we'll have a couple more minutes put on before the start of the second half as we're down to 1:30 and ticking down before the start of the second. So certainly with the home team not even out onto the field yet, we'll have a couple of more minutes put on to extend this Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime show. Appreciate all of our sponsors from the Bridger Valley or beyond, wherever you are, and supporting these games and helping us bring them to you. Thank you. Have one as far away as Casper, Wyoming. That's where I stayed last night at the Come On In. Got in at about 12:05 p.m. And you know what they said to me? That's, of course, they said with their name. They said, come on in. Have a stay. Thanks and appreciation to them for helping us get through these long road trips in Wyoming. As we'll be back after this with extended halftime coverage of the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime show. Before I go, should mention at the half in another game north of here, Lyman trails Lovell 7-6 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on MyLocalRadio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Well, as I expected, a couple more minutes have been put onto the clock as Thermopolis will be allotted a little bit of time to warm up after coming out of the locker room a little bit late. That's usually what happens with the team that's down. We went through the stats in the half as we welcome back to the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness halftime show. And Bradshaw's has got it all. You got home and glass auto repair, 24-hour towing, storage, fitness center. That's 24/7 as well. I don't know that they'll be able to help that Thermopolis offense out, though. That might be all on their own, as Thermopolis had it down to the 1-yard line to close out the second quarter. And a goal line stand by the Buffs involving a low snap that kind of backed them up to the 9 and took away some momentum there. But offsides penalty by Mountain View on 4th and goal with the last play upcoming moved them back up to the 4-yard line. And a throw into the end zone by Harvey. He had a man open, but Braden Walk stuck his long right arm out and knocked it away to close out the first half and keep them scoreless on the board. So that's how that goes and works in the end of the half, 28-0 with 1 minute before the start of the second. Again, Lyman trails Lovell 7-6 at the half, and that is a big game for both of those programs fighting for playoff positioning. Lyman currently 2-0 in the Southwest, or not the Southwest Conference. That's volleyball in the Western Conference. And there's only 4 playoff spots to go around between 7 teams. So a 2-0 start, gigantic. A win if they could come from behind against Lovell would very potentially mean they are going to be one of those 4 teams. Still a lot of time to play, but 3 wins against opponents in the conference. That's puts you pretty close to what you need to do. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of the second half in 30 seconds.
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Seeing if I can catch a score from another Uinta County game as we gave you the update for Lyman and Lovell. Seeing if I can grab anything from Evanston versus Powell, as Mountain View will receive the opening kickoff of the second quarter, of the second half. 7-0, but who it is, nobody. It looks like Powell currently leading 7-0. Short kickoff, I fielded at the 35-yard line, and it's out to the 42, where Mountain View starts their drive. On the fielding of the kick, Bryson Walker, the 5'10" junior, held onto it, not necessarily part of that hands team as he's up in the front line of kick return blocking, but a short little kick. Thermopolis trying to catch Mountain View off guard and returns it close to the 50 and make it at the 48-yard line. So drive starts in the second half. 48. Put another 12 on the clock and then take 4 ticks off. That's where we stand. 2-back set for Mountain View. Pistol form, Blumel to Walk's left, and Madsen behind him. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the near. Quarterback keeper, Walk, turns around at the 50-yard line, cuts back right side, tries to bust through 1 tackle, and cannot. McCumber brings him down just past the 50-yard line. Pickup there of about 5 yards on the play. That's the 5th run, make it the 4th run for Walk today. 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a run of 51 yards. But he's the recipient of our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game on that pass breakup to take away any chance of Thermopolis getting points on the board to end the second quarter. 2nd down and 5, just past the 50. Handoff to Blumel, punching his way up the middle. Breaks through 1 tackle, down to the 40, out to the 38. He went in, there was a cloud of dust, and then emerged Brigham Blumel down to the 38-yard line. Good run there. A gain of about 9 on the play. First carry of the day for Blumel. He comes in to the season with a few runs to his name. 6 rushes for 45 yards and a touchdown prior to that play. Was pointed out to me at the half as with these 28 points put on the board, Mountain View has now outscored its opponents so far in this their 4th game, 168-6. First down and 10, ball on the 38-yard line. Walk, throws, airs it out, down looking for Knutson. Single coverage, caught at the 10-yard line, turns and runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain View. A 38-yard touchdown throw. Braden Walk found Caleb Knutson out on the far left side. Streaking, caught it at the 10, and raced his way into the end zone. Not to be touched or taken down. 38-yard score makes it 34-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First catch of the day for Caleb Knutson. On the season, that's just catch number 3 on the year, and that was for 2 catches for 10 yards prior to that 38-yard touchdown throw. His first touchdown on the board as well. Extra point by Tiancum Picola is up and good, 35-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
.38-yard throw for Braden Walk. It puts him up to 61 yards on the day on that touchdown throw. Tiancum Picola set to kick off. Time on the clock, 10:41 left in the second quarter. The second half. Wow, third quarter. Got to get my quarters straight. Hands up in the air, got all these stats I'm trying to write down. I can't remember what quarter it is. 35-0 in the third quarter. Tiancum Picola kicks away. Fielded at the 10-yard line. A sky up to grab it by Rody Farrell. He's on his horse out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the drive will start for Thermopolis. Still looking for their first points of the day. A drive time there of 1:15 for Mountain View to go 52 yards. Didn't take long at all. 1, 2, 3. 3-play drive. First and 10. Ball marked on the 26-yard line. Time on the clock, 10:34. Back to throw. Harvey finds a man wide open at the 40-yard line. Cuts in at the 45 to the 50 to the other 40. And then down at the 35-yard line. It was completed to Rody Farrell. Down to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 38 on the play. Puts Dustin Harvey over 100 yards on the day. 118 total. For Rody, it's his second catch. 48 yards through the air for him. And ball down to the 36-yard line. First and 10. Quick reversal of field. Shotgun form. Harvey looks back to throw. Heave-ho wide open on the sideline. Bobbled by Mortimer. And incomplete. Mortimer had it wide open on the sideline at about the 27-yard line. Could not haul it in. Second down and 10. Ball on the 36. Got a score, I think I said, for the other Uinta County game. Evanston trailing Powell 7-0. That game also on our mylocalradio.com network. Second down and 10. Harvey split backs in the shotgun. 2 receivers left side. Quarterback keeper. No, it's a reverse. Williams holds it. Takes it up the sideline to the 30, to the 25, up the sideline, still on his feet. And inside the 20-yard line, first down and 10. Ball marked at the 21-yard line there. A run play of 15 yards. First carry for Blake Williams. Puts it down to the 21-yard line. Thermopolis has had success moving the ball on the ground and through the air at times. It's just been punching it into the end zone that they've still been unable to find a way to do. Ball on the 21, first and 10, shotgun form. 2 receivers out right side, 1 back to the right. Man in motion is Williams to the left. Snap comes in, perfect. Harvey sees pressure, goes around right side, but not in time. Hunter Gross brings him down for the sack back to the 30. Big loss there, about 6-7 yards. Well, between Knutson and Gross, the away fans are not liking the pronunciations here of the Mountain View players, of Hunter Gross and Caleb Knutson. Throwing their voices over, trying to get it to the loudspeaker guy, but of course, we're over on the other side. They keep the ruffians like us tucked away. Ball on the 30-yard line. Shotgun form, man behind him is, and flag comes in on the snap of Harvey. We may have our fourth illegal procedure play call of the day, and that is it. 2 for either side. Thermopolis and Mountain View back them up 5 more yards. Put the ball back to the 35-yard line. The first down marker is at the 20. Second down and 15. Need to get to the 20-yard line. 35-0 with 8:26 left and ticking down in the third quarter on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Thermopolis being shut out at home. No backs. Shotgun form. Harvey rolls out right side. Now sets to throw. Goes short and nearly intercepted by Brigham Blumel, skying up. Look for Rhodey Farrell out there. About 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Third down and 15 to go. Clock stopped at 8:08 in the third quarter. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line as Harvey comes into the huddle. For Thermopolis. They held close with Buffalo and Bighorn, but not so much with Mountain View today. Split back set. Shotgun. 3 receivers. Mortimer, the tight end, to the right. Throw out on a wheel route. Outside, Rhodey Farrell stuffed up in the back and brought down by Hunter Gross for another loss. Back to the 41-yard line. And brings up fourth down. And can go for it, I suppose, here. You're at the 41. Loss of 11 there. Pardon me. Make it a loss of 6 on there. And the punt. Team is out. Punt away by Harvey, and he sends it into the end zone for a touchback. Mountain View takes over with 7:28 left in the third quarter. Another punt, so the Thermopolis drives have gone 3 and out. Interception, punt, fumble, turnover on downs, and punt to start the third quarter. Mountain View takes over with 80 yards to go, and that hasn't been a problem today. They've scored from as 80 yards. They've scored from as far out as 94 yards with the penalty. That was their second drive for a touchdown. Also have a drive of 86 for a score. First down and 10. Walk takes it. Quarterback keeper throwing his body forward to about the 25-yard line for a gain of about 5 on first down and 10. Give him a gain of 5 on the run. Second and 10 for Walk. And the Buff, 69 yards for Braden on just 5 carries. Shotgun set, one back to his left. Handoff to Madsen. And Kimball gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Got met immediately as he tried to force his way through a ever-shrinking hole. And they'll give him a forward progress of about 1.5 yards. Third down and 3. Ball on the 26, 27. Snap to the right. That's the way Walk rolls out. Pitches out to Madsen. Looking for first down yardage. Got to the 30 and then danced out of bounds for the run. Got the 4 yards needed on the carry there to continue the drive for Mountain View. First down and 10. Ball marked at the 32, so give him 5 yards on the carry. $111 yards for Kimball on 11 carries. 4 receivers, 2 either way. One back set, Walk. Looks to pitch left to Matson, then jukes a man, switches field out to the right. Brought down for a loss on first down of about 2 yards. Brought down by Rhodey Farrell. 35-0 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Fourth quarter will be brought to you by Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance of Evanston. Walk didn't like what he saw as he was moving to his left and then cut back, juked a man. Thought he may have some space to go with, but Farrell was there and stayed at home on the play. Nothing broke down. 4 receivers. Second down and 11. Walk back to throw. Tosses out in left side on to Matson. Completed. Running toward the sideline and brought down out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Brings up a gain of about 7-8 yards for the Buffs. They marked the ball at the 39-yard line. Third down and 4 to go. 7-yard completion for Walk. First completion to Kimball. He's had a couple of touchdowns on some good runs. Third down and 3 to go. Ball in the 39, and Mountain View looked ready to go, then now looks down to the sideline. Clock at 4:55 and continuing to tick away. Snap it direct to Madsen. Pushes his way to the 43-yard line, maybe the 44. Either way, it's good enough for another first down, Mountain View, on the 4-yard carry. Yeah. I thought that was Madsen on the carry. It was Blumel, Brigham Blumel in the backfield. Oh, there we go. Madsen came off the field, so Blumel was the direct snap. 4 yards. Ball on the 44-yard line. Walk, looking to throw. Pocket collapses, tucks and runs to the 50-yard line, out of bounds at the 48. Across the 50. From the 44, a pickup of 7 yards on the run for Walk. He was looking to throw. 74 yards for Braden. Ball marked on the 48-yard line, second down, and 2 to go. So as mentioned, Kimball Matson is out of the game. Second and 2, Walk. Options out left side to Blumel. Breaks a tackle, lowers his shoulder at the 45-yard line, pushes out, and garners a well-deserved round of applause from the Road Dog Mountain View crew. 40-yard line is where we get to. 8-yard carry by Blumel. That shows the aggressive runner that Brigham Blumel is. Hasn't gotten too much of an opportunity to display that this year. He's been doing a fine job displaying his ability as a receiver. Now in as a back with Madsen out. Ball marked on the 40-yard line. First down and 10. 4 receivers, 3 to the right side, 1 to the left. Handoff to Blumel at the 40-yard line, straight up the middle. The pile continues to move forward, approaching the 35. Forward progress is stopped at the 37-yard line. 3-yard gain for Blumel. 16 yards on 4 carries. Second down and 7 to go. 3:51 left in the third quarter. 35-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Blumel and Walk in the backfield. 3 receivers right side. Walk steps up, anticipating the snap. Gets it. Belt high. Looks to throw straight across the field. Schofield wide open at the 15-yard line. In and out of his hands. Incomplete. Would have been a touchdown, but instead it's an incompletion, and third down and 7. At the 37-yard line, Schofield nearly had his second grab of the year for a score. His first touchdown was his first catch, and so far to this point his only catch of the year, 66 yards. That came in the home opener and the season opener for Mountain View. Put the first points on the board of this season for the Buffs, which they've now gotten up to 175. Timeout taken by Mountain View. 3rd down and 7 on the 37-yard line. When we return on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View football on MyLocalRadio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Back here at Thermopolis, Hot Springs County High School, 35-0 the score. Mountain View leading the Bobcats, but face a 3rd down and 7 on the 37-yard line after Ashton Schofield had a touchdown slip through his fingers. Mountain View has certainly not been at a shortage of big plays throughout this season. That would have just been one more of them. Let's see what they have drummed up here after the timeout. Back out of the huddle, timeout, and onto the field. Ball on the 37-yard line across the 50. 3 receivers, right side. And is Blumel as a receiver on the left? It is. Matson's back in the game. Looking to Blumel at the 10-yard line and broken up. On there it was Jackson Jensen, the defensive back, breaking up the attempt for Brigham Blumel at about the 15-yard line. Brings up 4th down and 7. Not going to try a field goal. That'd be a 54-yarder from here, and kind of silly to punt. Why not try one more play and see if you can get a 1st down? That's what Mountain View decides and goes for. 3:26 left. Shotgun form. Madsen back into the game to the left of Walk in the shotgun. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. That guy on the left is Blumel. Walk looks opposite him to Schofield. A chance to redeem. Caught at the 30-yard line, and for the 1st down on 4th and 7. Schofield redeems the drop pass earlier and taken down at the 24. 13-yard completion to Schofield. His first of the day. A modest day passing for Braden Walk in yardage terms, but another solid one. 58 yards on 6 completions, and a couple more that could have been for a little bit longer. Maybe a touchdown here or there as well. Double back set, pistol form. Walk pitches out left side to Blumel. Has the lead block of Madsen. Takes it out to the 25-yard line and gets to the 23. Line of scrimmage was at the 24, so a pickup of maybe 1 on the play, and by the marking, say maybe half a yard. Give Blumel 1 on the carry. 2nd down and 9 to go. Just a nose and a half in front of the 24-yard line. For my stats' sake, I'm going to say it's at the 23. 2:34 left in the 3rd quarter. Mountain View converting on a 4th and 7 with a pass to Ashton Schofield out to the right sideline. Double back set again. Shifting from the right to the left. Handoff to Blumel up the middle at the 20-yard line. He stuffs it right up the gut and stopped about there. Pick up about 3 more yards for Blumel. And brings up 3rd down and 6. Had to double check and make sure that was Blumel. Madsen has not taken a carry since coming back in. He's been lead blocking. Now a single back set, shotgun. Madsen in the backfield. 2 receivers either side and a flag for illegal procedure. The 5th of the game. Talk about a point of emphasis in today's game. You see that play, our penalty being called over and over again on both sides. 1:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Move the ball back 5 yards. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 24. Snap back. Walk has the pocket collapse. Takes off and runs. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. 4th down and 10 upcoming for Walk and the Buffaloes. Down to 1:25 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll have the Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance 4th. Starting after this, Caleb Knutson into the huddle, as is Tiancum-Picola. So here we go. It's a field goal try. A 42-yard attempt with a minute left. Walk the holder to make it 38-0. The kick is up and well short. No good. Clock stops at 53. No, it's still moving, and Thermopolis wants to try to return it as it is a live ball. Out to the 10-yard line and the 12, and I guess they can take over right there. Down to 46 seconds left, a turnover on the missed field goal. And it was returned to the 12. My question is, where does the ball go? Does it go back to the initial line of scrimmage on that? Guess we'll see. They put it at the ball is currently marked somewhere around the 12-yard line. And I think they may, by picking that live ball up, they have a chance to try and return it, but wherever they get to is where the drive could start. Now there's a question as the line of scrimmage is moved out to the 20-yard line where Thermopolis takes over. So a 7-minute drive goes for no points, but a lot of time taken off the clock for Mountain View. And brings it out to the 20-yard line for Thermopolis. 56 minutes on the clock, now down to 56 seconds. That was a quick clock error corrected by the operator. Would have been a long game to go. Double back set, shotgun. Harvey fakes, looks out to his right, has to turn his body, heave it down the field, and way overthrown. With those rollouts to the right, it's really hard for Dustin Harvey to then get back with his left shoulder behind him and get a throw down, especially with the pressure of Mountain View as they've been getting to on the defensive line today. 50 seconds left, and a flag comes in late. Ball temporarily marked at the 20-yard line, and it says 2nd down and 10. And it sounds like it's on the coach of Thermopolis. But is it a warning flag? Ball is not moving. Still on the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 10. So maybe a warning or maybe a pick it up. And I guess that would serve as a warning. 2nd down and 10 on the 20. Shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Man in motion, Longwell. Harvey looks to throw. Up the middle, has Williams and underthrown. If it was going to go to anyone, it would have been the number 2 on the other team. Braden Walk was a little in front, but it was even at his ankles. 3rd down and 10, 45 seconds left. 35-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. This actually on the lower end so far of Mountain View's scoring totals throughout the year. As we mentioned, coming into the game, 140 points to 6 scored. You can add 35 to that to make it 175 to 6. They're outscoring their opponents on the season. Harvey is alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight ended as well, rolling out right side and brought down in the backfield. Sacked on the play. Coming in to finish the job was Bridger Harris after, looked like it may have been Gross or Barnes to get first touch on him. 4th down. And a flag at about the 8-yard line. A face mask negates that, and if it's a personal foul, it's a 1st down. If it's a 5-yard incidental, it's still 3rd. I'll take that away, I guess, and high school may have different rules than I'm used to. Maybe a personal foul doesn't automatically result in the 1st down, so it's marked at the 25-yard line. About 4 to go for Thermopolis. Being shut out by Mountain View, down to 15 seconds as they come out of the huddle and to the line of scrimmage. Pistol form. Harvey has a man behind him. Fakes a handoff to Williams, now looking to throw, and overthrows. May have been a fumble if it was a behind the line of scrimmage play, and he was throwing backwards, intended for Longwell. See where the ball's marked to see if they ruled it a fumble or not, and I think they did. Ball marked at the 19, so take that back. They move it back to the 25, so no, not a fumble. It was just about a even dead plane lateral then on the incompletion. 4th down and 5. And Harvey back to punt. 4 seconds, the clock is stopped, and then we'll be on to fourth quarter action. 2 men back to receive, and Sweeney and Schofield. Good punt as the whistle blows for the end of the third quarter, down to the 27-yard line. Sweeney backs away from it, and Mountain View will have it at the 26-yard line when we come back for the Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance fourth quarter. 35-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value Board. Mountain View on top of the 1-2 Thermopolis Bobcats, looking to end the midpoint of the season undefeated. When we come back, this is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, online at mylocalradio.com.
We hope you're enjoying this mylocalradio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Dr. McKay Frankham, quality dental care at affordable prices. Yeager's Auto Body. For nearly 45 years, Yeager's Auto Body in Green River has been at the top of the game in auto repair. Westar Printing in Evanston. No matter what you want printed, Westar is where you want it done. Reese Auto Service. From lawnmowers and snowblowers to cars, trucks, and semis, Reese Auto Service in Lyman does it all. Trona Valley Credit Union, member NCUA. Plains Tire in Evanston, Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
First down and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line to start the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Jet Piper Farmers Insurance. Hand off to Matson at the 24 to the 30 to the 34 to the 35 and close to the 40-yard line. Straight up the middle, just methodically moving the ball up the field. We have a down Thermopolis Bobcat, and he'll need to be attended to, or he gets up and will try to limp his way back onto the field. 39-yard line. Gain of 13 for Madsen, straight up the middle. Second, now make it first down and 10 on the 13-yard gain by Kimball. 123 yards on the day. Walk back to throw. Has a clear-out screen completed to Madsen. Play ruled dead as a ball was incomplete. It hit the ground before it went into the hands of Kimball. Probably a benefit to Mountain View, as it didn't look like Madsen had much of anywhere to go. So second down and 10. Ball back to the 39. Jeff Piper, Farmers Insurance, bringing you fourth quarter action. 307-789-5489, the number to call, serving Southwest Wyoming, the Bridger Valley, Evanston. Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance sponsoring Bridger Valley Sports. Second down and 10. Quarterback keeper walks straight up the middle. 45-yard line, drags a man by the tail. And that was McCumber. Look at McLean there. Down to the 48-yard line. 10-yard gain. First down and 10. Well, they move it to second down in inches. He got 10 yards, but I'll put it down to third down. Is it third down? Third down in inches. Yeah, this incomplete screenplay. Third down in inches. Walk takes the handoff to Madsen. 45-yard line and off to the races. Flag flies as Madsen continues to run up the sideline to the 25, down to the 15, but the flag all the way back at the 44-yard line, probably bringing this one back. Referee telling Braden Walk to hold up right there, and it's against Mountain View. Ball again, or the flag again at the 44-yard line. And it'll mark it all the way back. After all that, to looks like just a loss of a couple with the spot of the foul. Well, now they're marking it back 35, 45 to the 40 to the 38-yard line. So 3rd down and 11. Yard line is where the ball is spotted. So 3rd down and 11 to go. Now for Mountain View. Shotgun, walk. Has Madsen to his left. 3 receivers right side. Looking that way. Throws it down the field. Has a man. It's Sweeney. In and out of his hands. It would have been a tough catch. Well defended by McLean. And maybe a little bit too well as 3 flags come tossing out for pass interference. McLean puts his hands up into the air and wonders why. Of course, the D-back, you never agree with that one. And Mountain View will get a 1st down on the 15-yard spot foul. 35-0 the score on the Jeff Piper Farmers Insurance 4th quarter. March it forward from the 38 to, what's that, make it the 43-yard line? Across the 50, and I got to do my math a little bit better. The 46 I got to account for. Going across the 50 and starting to count the other way. So ball at the 46-yard line. On the pass interference, clock stopped at 10:36 left in the game. A shutout for Mountain View, 35-0. Walking the shotgun, Madsen to his right. 3 receivers over to that far side. Blumel alone on the left. Quarterback keeper walk up the middle, 45-yard line, and squirting through for a couple. Cole brought him down on the tackle at the 42-yard line. 4-yard pickup for walk. He's been holding on to the ball quite a bit in this latter half of the game after giving it up for most of the contest to Madsen or Blumel or trying to throw down the field. Update on the score in Uinta County. Evanston losing to Powell 14-0. At least I believe it looked like Powell had the ball and had the lead. Knutson takes a end around handoff, and he's brought down for a big loss of about 4 yards back to the 50-yard line. -4 carry by Knutson. It's his 2nd carry of the day, and first one worked a lot better than that. It was an 11-yard gain. This one a loss of 4. There were some internet issues as, yes it is, Powell has just scored again on Evanston to make it 20-0, extra point upcoming. There were some internet issues in Powell today, and so that caused a very low resolution screen, making me, like I said, I think they're up, but yeah, the team in black is up 20-0. Screen pass to Madsen at the 45-yard line. Works forward to the 50, dragging a man down to the 45. And a pickup back to about the original start of this set of downs brings up 4th and 10. On a 4th and 9 on a pickup of 4 yards. Mortimer on the tackle there. 62 yards for walk through the air, and then add 88 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Madsen punts at about the 43-yard line, sends it all the way, tapping down at the 10-yard line, and it stops right there. Punt inside the 20 and inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. An excellent punt for Madsen. 8:33 left in the Jeff Piper Farmers Insurance 4th quarter. Home life, renter, autos, RV, ATV insurance. You can bundle those at State Farm. You can bundle those at Farmers Insurance. Pardon me. Call Jeff Piper there. 307-789-5489, the number to call. Ball marked, let's say at the 10, 9, 10. There we go. I see the 10. That's what I'm going to go with. Great punt by Madsen as there's 8:33 left in the game. Harvey under center. Looks for a pitch right side. Nowhere to go. Ball squirts out, and looks like Harvey got, or the handoff man got it back as Farrell or Longwell was on the carry. It was Longwell. Loses 3 yards on the play. Bridger Harris at the point of contact, forcing that ball out. Farrell in the negatives on the ground today, -9 yards. 2nd down and 13. Harvey under center again, deep inside his own territory. Ball at about the 7-yard line. Look out, a handoff, left side, tricked me and tricked the Mountain View defense. Ball comes out, squirting around on the ground and again picked up by Thermopolis. Back-to-back plays go for fumbles, but both picked up by the offense. Moves it out to the, let's see, we're out to about the 16-yard line on that fumble. 7:14 left, 3rd down and about 3 to go. This is the hardest spot for me to tell where the ball is at or where the markers are located. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side, shotgun form. No, it's under center. It's a tailback deep back there. McLean in motion to the left, and it's a handoff. Left side, Cole up to the 20, 25-yard line and out of bounds. Should be enough for a 1st down there, unless my eyes seriously deceive me. Give him a gain of about 9, but a flag comes in late and toward the sideline. Hunter Gross on the tackle. And maybe against Thermopolis as they move back in the huddle. Clock stopped at 6:45, 35-0 in the 4th quarter. Brought to you by Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance. Jeff Piper will break it all down for you so it makes sense and you can figure out how to best protect what's important to you. Your local Farmers Insurance agent, 307-789-5489. The penalty is against Thermopolis to back them up. But it's 1st down. Must have been a late play after the play was down. So they get the 1st down but then get backed up. Was it a late hit or late hit by Thermopolis? Backs them up, but they do get 1st down. Ball on the 13-yard line. Harvey in the shotgun. Has Farrell to the right. Now moves over to his left. Then back to his right. Seems a little confused with where he should be. Snap is good. Back to throw. Harvey throws up the middle of the field. Had McLean in a flag against Ashton Schofield, who bumped the intended receiver in McLean as he went by. Is going to move it forward 15 yards. To 6:41 left with another clock stoppage. 35-0, Mountain View leading. 3 minutes left in the game at Powell for Evanston Powell, and 20-0 the score. Extra point must have been no good. The game also got started at 7 p.m. along with ours. Haven't heard an update on the Lovell-Lyman game since halftime when it was 7-6. Lovell was on top of Lyman, who came into that week 2-0 in conference play. 1st down and 10 after the pass interference. Ball at the 29, make it a 27-yard line. Under center, Harvey rolls out to his left. Has a receiver, but the pocket collapses. Brecken Barnes gets a hand on him and trips him up at about the 25-yard line. Loss of 2 on the sack, or just chased him as he was tucking and running, one of the two. 2nd down and 13 to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Thermopolis can take all the time in the huddle they want. The clock has stopped at 6:30. Down 5 touchdowns. Ball on the 25, 2nd down and 13. Shotgun for Harvey. Hands off, no, keeps it. Read option out to his left to the 30-yard line, racing to the left sideline, and pushed out of bounds about the 27. The 33. My eyes have gone from me. About the 32 they give him to. 7-yard pickup for Dustin Harvey. 6:24 left. Final quarter of play here. Harvey, a senior, and been starting for this Thermopolis program since he got here. Moves over to quarterback and had a little bit of success thrown. He's gone over 100 yards. Has an interception on the day. That picked up by Meeks. Shotgun for him on 3rd down and about 6 to go. Low snap, handed off and brought down in the backfield for another loss. Was Rhodey Farrell. Bridger Harris on the takedown at the 27-yard line. Dustin Harvey back to punt. 6 minutes left. 2 men back for Mountain View. Standing about the 30-yard line. Schofield and Sweeney. It's getting cold out there. You can see the breath of the players. High kick. Back to the 30-yard line. Fielded by Schofield. Straight up the middle to the 40. 45 outside. 50-yard line back to midfield. Good punt return of about 20 yards for Ashton Schofield. If Mountain View plays their cards right, they could run this clock out. But with the big playability they've had, maybe they won't have the time. Maybe they won't have the yardage to do so. It's been one play and straight down the field. So much of today's game. 5:32 though remaining in the Jeff Piper Farmers Insurance of Evanston 4th quarter. Ball marked right at the 50-yard line. 5:32 left in the 4th quarter. Shotgun for Walk, 4 receivers. Motioning to the left. Stutter step and new quarterback in Derek Baker. Gives the handoff up the middle and maybe brought down for a loss. Need to take a look at some new players out there. Well, Derek Baker comes in to run quarterback. Has just 1 completion on 2 attempts on the year. He comes in late games when games are in hand and hands the ball off. Bryson Walker was on the carry there. What's that? Oh, is it 17? I thought it was 7. It's 7, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's 7, not 17. There we go. Tyler Peterson back there at quarterback. I misread the numbers there. So Peterson, also a guy who comes in. Loss of 5 on the carry and run up the middle. Racing forward for a gain of 10 on 1st down and 15. Walker on the carry. Ten-yard carry there. Brings up 2nd down and 5 on the 35-yard line. Walker to the right of Peterson. Apologies to the Petersons. At the 35-yard line, the snap goes nowhere. It's a quarterback keeper for Peterson. He pushes forward for 2 yards. Down to 4:26 and ticking. Can get it down to about 4:45 or 3:45. The Jeff Piper Farmers Insurance 4th quarter. 35-0 the score. Third and 3 the call. 4 minutes with Peterson in the shotgun. Walker to his right. Direct snap to Walker. Blows through a little hole in the left guard position and right to the 40-yard line where he needed to get to for the 1st down, depending on the spot. Should be a fresh set of downs. And it is just enough, gauging by the reaction of the crowd. carries it to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 3. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Down to 3 minutes and 50 seconds. 40 yards to go down the field and some clock to run. Shotgun, single back. Snap at 3:34, direct to Walker. Works his way up the middle to the 36-yard line where he's brought down. 4-yard pickups. 1st down and 10 becomes 2nd down and 6. Stop just a little shy of that, make him a gain of 3 instead of 4. Clock down to 3:08 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 35-0. Mountain View leads it on their way over Thermopolis to a 4-0 start to the season. Loaded up box against the run the clock out offense for Mountain View. 2:53. Snap comes in at 2:52. Keeper by Peterson. He gets stuffed hard. At about the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 yard to the 35. Third down and 6 to go. 1 yard gain by Tyler Peterson. Clock down to 2:26. And that's what Mountain View's really looking to do, get one more first down here. And it can be so long. Farewell on to back to Uinta County. 3rd down and 6. Ball on the 35-yard line for Mountain View. Hand off to Walker. He'll make it about a yard, and it's 4th down. They get 4th down and 5 to go, and why not go for it? Can run another 40 seconds off the clock. New line out there for Mountain View. The punt team does come out, so they'll boot it away. Let that clock continue to roll down. Kimball to punt. He's back at about the 48-yard line. Pinned one at the 10 last time he kicked it. One man back to receive for Thermopolis. And Mountain View runs the clock out. Will take the 5-yard penalty to delay a game and get a little bit more room to work with for the punt. Still don't have an update on anything happening in Lovell, but Evanston has scored and trails Powell 20-7. (14-12). Thank you for that update. Lovell leading Lyman with 12 seconds left. Ooh. So sounds like Lyman will drop to 2-1 in the conference. Lovell will pick up a big win for those playoff positions. This is a non-conference game tonight, so it's a West versus East. Next week it's homecoming and back to conference play. Mountain View hosting Pinedale. The punt down to the 10-yard line with 1 minute left. 1:07 specifically on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. And this 4th quarter brought to you by Jeff Piper and Farmers Insurance. Drive right there is where it starts for the 10-yard line for Thermopolis. Shotgun for Harvey. Spins around, pitches out left and up the middle. He gave it to Cole. He's got a lot of room to work with. To the 30, still on his feet. To the 40, 45, up the sideline. Out of bounds right about midfield. Pushed out by Brecken Barnes and Brigham Blumel. Ball marked at the 49-yard line. 39-yard gain for Cole. And thank you to Dustin for that final. 14-12 is there was 9 seconds. Now it is gone final officially. Lovell has defeated Lyman. Cole with the 39-yard carry, 38-yard carry to make it all the way to midfield. By far his longest. Handoff to McLean at the 48, to the 50, out to the left sideline. Squirts back in at the 45 and Out to about the 43 where he's brought down. Maybe the last play. May be a time for a couple more. Trying to get a score in before the end of this game. Picks up 8 on the play. Shotgun form. We have a new quarterback in, or is that still Harvey? It is still Harvey. Rolls back at the midfield, 50-yard line, brought down at the 48 by Hunter Gross with the sack. Down to 13 seconds and ticking. That may be it. Kimball Matson, right fist in the air as Mountain View has improved to 4-0 on the season officially in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It's midway point of the 2A season in Wyoming, and Mountain View, the number 1 team in the polls, is number 1 in the standings as well. 4-0 their record with 4 more to go. Final score in this one here in Thermopolis, Mountain View 35, the Bobcats 0. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football online at mylocalradio.com. And we'll be back with post-game coverage right after this.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franken. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
We hope you're enjoying this mylocalradio.com exclusive broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. We love being able to travel around the state to bring the action on the field or court back to you watching at home. Let's face it, doing all of this would not be possible without all of our great sponsors. We appreciate the support the following businesses and individuals show to both Mountain View and Lyman Sports. Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Whatever it is you need, Bradshaw's can probably help. The Come On In of Casper. When it comes time to cheer on your Buffs or Eagles at state, the Come On In is your best bet for a great night's stay. Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston. General Manager Dennis Lynch invites you to come and experience a community-driven dealership. Evanston Regional Hospital. Quality health care close to home. Bridger Valley Motor. Got a check engine light blinking? Don't guess at what the problem is. Take it to Slim at Bridger Valley Motor in Lyman. And Achieve Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy. No excuses, just results. Thank you to all of our Bridger Valley sports sponsors.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Welcome back to Final Score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board here in Thermopolis tonight. Mountain View 35 and Thermopolis 0. The score tally, as it continues to balloon up, now goes to the season for Mountain View. Mountain View 175 points. Their opponents 6. 4-0 the record for Mountain View, and let's run you now through the stats as we have them for this game. 329 total yards for Mountain View. Honestly, not kind of a pedestrian day. They really had a slower second half as they ran a whole lot of clock. 329 yards on 267 yards rushing, 62 yards passing, and the 35 points for the other side of Thermopolis. 228 yards of total offense, 118 through the air, 110 on the ground, and no points as a result. Mountain View's drives went as such, as they got the ball after, well, let's run you through the drives as they went as a whole. The game started off with a kickoff for Mountain View, fielded at Thermopolis' own 8-yard line. That was to start off, and they went 3 and out, had to punt, but then Ashton Schofield fumbled that opening punt and gave it back to Thermopolis at their 34-yard line. That was resulted in a Hunter Meeks interception to give the ball back to Mountain View on their own 31-yard line, where in 2 plays, Kimball Matson scored on a 23-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0. And Thermopolis' third drive, they had to punt after getting the ball on the 23-yard line and gave it all the way back to the Mountain View 13, where, well, a penalty for Mountain View brought them back to the 6-yard line, but that was not to deter the Buffs as they went 94 yards down the field on several plays, I should say, all the way down to the second quarter. 11:16 left in the second quarter, capped off by a 21-yard touchdown run by Braden Walk. That was by Kimball Matson, rather. That was his second touchdown of the day. Then Thermopolis got it back in the second quarter. They were forced to punt, and Mountain View got a 2-yard score by Braden Walk. That was started off by a big 51-yard run as he flipped the field position over and made it 21-0 Mountain View. Thermopolis then had to punt again, and then they fumbled the ball away, gave it to Mountain View at the 35, and then they had to punt as well. That was one of just 2 punts today. Braden Walk got his 4th touchdown in for Mountain View, 2nd of the day for Walk on a 4-yard run with about 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. That was an 86-yard drive, capping things off. That was it for the first half for Mountain View, but Thermopolis got the ball on their own 20 with 3:09 remaining and drove it all the way down to their 1-yard line, where a goal line stand by the Mountain View Buffs, capped off by a pass breakup of Braden Walk, was your Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. And congratulations to Braden Walk for the defense for that goal line stand and the recipient of the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. The second half started with Mountain View getting the ball, and a 38-yard touchdown bomb down to Caleb Knutson was the final time, either side, of course, Mountain View, the only team with points, but the final time that Mountain View would score. That was their 5th touchdown and their last. The rest of the drives for Mountain View, they only had 2, and long drives resulted in a 42-yard field goal miss by Tiankum Picola. He's now 1 for 3 on the season, and a punt late in the fourth quarter as they got it at the start of the fourth. The final, I think they got it with 5:32 and then drove it down. So that was their final play, 5:32 to about 30-some seconds. Thermopolis had to punt in the fourth quarter, then punted again, and then the game was over as they were driving down. Stats individually, we'll give you those when we come back. Continuing post-game coverage here next on this First Bank presentation of Mountain View football, live and online at mylocalradio.com.
Making an informed decision when you choose coverage for you, your family, and your home is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Jeff Piper, Farmers Insurance Agent in Evanston is here to help you get the coverage that is right for you at the best value. Find out how much you can save each month when you combine home, auto, and life insurance. Call Jeff Piper with Farmers Insurance at 307-789-5489 or stop in at 341 Front Street in Evanston. Jeff Piper, Farmers Insurance.
Post game here in Thermopolis, as we said before the break, we ran you through all the drives. Now individual stats time first for the rush game. And yes, I was just confirmed the final score. Powell 20, Evanston 7. The Red Devils fall to 0-4 on this season and 0-1 in conference play. And Lyman goes even on the year, 2-1 in conference play, 2-2 on the season. Mountain View sitting at 4-4. So that's your Uinta County wrap up around the state, as all teams were on the road today and all kind of far away. Thermopolis, Lovell, and Powell all on the same general road to get up here. First for the rushing game, Kimball Matson, 123 yards and 2 scores on the ground, and got 2 passes for 11 yards as well. Braden Walk throws for 62 yards and 1 touchdown, runs for 2 more, and has 88 yards on 9 attempts. Brigham Blue-Mel had to come in and place running back as Kimball Matson had a short timeout. Looked like he had a stinger in today's game. 6 carries for 20 yards. Ashton Schofield got an end around for 18 yards. Caleb Knutson, 7 yards on 2 carries. And Peterson with 2 carries for 3 yards. And Walker at the end of the game, Bryson Walker, with 8 yards on 3 carries. And see as that runs everything out. Reception-wise, Ashton Schofield had a catch for 13. Kimball Matson, 2 for 11, like we said. Brigham Blue-Mel, 3 catches for 23. 38-yard score for Caleb Knutson, and an 11-yard grab by Bryson Walker. That rounds it out. And now for Thermopolis, the home team. First with the rushing yards. 51 yards by Logan Cole, 4 yards for Dustin Harvey on 8 carries, 51 yards on those 6 carries for Cole today. Rody Farrell finishes in the negative. I had him at negative 10 yards on about 5-6 carries. Blake Williams, 15 yards on 1 carry, and it was Jace Longwell, 42 yards on 6 carries. Dustin Harvey, 118 yards through the air, an interception, no touchdowns. Cade McLean had 1 for 31, 2 catches for 53 by Jace Longwell, and 48 yards on 2 receptions by Rody Farrell. We'll take one last break and look ahead to our future broadcasts in the Valley for MyLocalRadio.com and close out this postgame show next. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View football after a 35-0 win to go 4-0 on the year over Thermopolis. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio is back for another year with a bit of a twist. Join me, Jake Hibbard, as I transition from covering Evanston and becoming the voice of the Mountain View Buffs and Lyman Eagles. I'll be live every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. with news, analysis, and guests as we focus on the Bridger Valley and beyond. We'll cover the happenings around the area and across the state landscape. We would also like to welcome onto the show as a regular this year, Dennis Lynch of Auto Farm Chevrolet. Join us every Wednesday on KNY on 99.1 FM in the Evanston listening area for the Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. If you can't catch it then, don't worry. We'll post all the episodes up to MyLocalRadio.com, or you can also find it by searching and subscribing to the Wyoming Prep Podcast on iTunes or Google Play. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio, presented by Auto Farm Chevrolet, every Wednesday, August through March on KNY 99.1 FM in Evanston, or online anytime at MyLocalRadio.com, or of course at the Wyoming Prep Podcast on wherever you get your podcasts. The Wyoming Prep Podcast on the radio. Come join in on the fun. Seeing if I can get any updates around the state before we say so long on any other games. Gave the Uinta County scores. Now let's take a look at Class 2A. Pinedale defeats Graybull 24-13. That's a game of consequence on the west side. Newcastle defeats Moorcroft 32-6. Big Piney, big win over Kemmer 47-7. And Buffalo rolls over Glen Rock 56-0. Burns defeats Wheatland. Actually, Burns up on number 3 Wheatland 28-7 as of the most recent update, and that game was the latest kickoff, so it's kicked off at 7:30. In 3A, Cody defeated Jackson, number 2 versus number 3. Douglas tied with Rollins, 20 all on the board. Powell defeated Evanston, 20-7. We mentioned that one. Lander over Torrington, 35-13. Star Valley gets a 22-0 shutout victory over Green River, and Riverton rolls over Worland, 17-7. In the 4A level, 50-0. Rock Springs beats Cheyenne South. In the fourth quarter, Natrona County and Cheyenne East dead tied, number 4 versus number 2. Wait for a final score on that one. A great game in tow, 42-17. Sheridan has no problem over Kelly Walsh, 47-14. Cheyenne Central gets a win, a much-needed one over Laramie, and number 1, Thunder Basin will still be number 1, even though the game's still in progress, according to Wild Preps, 51-14 over Gillette. No problem for them in that one. In 1A, Cokeville defeated Shoshone 41-16. Bighorn beat Sundance in a shutout, 1 versus 2. Bighorn looks like the class of 1A, 27-0 over Upton Sundance. Lusk and Southeast, that game listed as in progress. Lusk up over Southeast 8-7. Pine Bluffs defeats Tongue River 16-13. Wind River over right now 42-14. And in 6-man, Guernsey Sunrise 56-46 over NSI. Meeteetse 21-18 over Burlington. Farson Eden 54-30 over Riverside. That was the 15th straight win for the Pronghorns. And Little Snake River shuts out St. Stephen's 53-0. No update on the KC Midwest contest. Now let's get on to what we have in store for you next week. And there's 3 games in as many days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It all starts on October 3rd. Green River will be hosted by Lyman. We'll have a 7 o'clock start for that game, as we'll be with the Lyman Lady Eagles on their home court. And then it's homecoming the next day. Mountain View hosts Pinedale. That's a 3 p.m. kickoff, and we'll be there for that pregame at 2:20 p.m. And then finally, a conference match for volleyball. We'll be heading to Big Piney for a 1 o'clock start. Mountain View at Big Piney, a big game there, as the Mountain View Buffaloes are 2-1 in the conference standings starting the second half, looking to go 3-1 and trying to catch pace with number 1 and undefeated Pinedale. That's it for us. Again, 35-0, the final score. On the Benedict's Market and True Value board, Mountain View defeats Thermopolis and rolls on to 4-0 on the season, halfway through the regular campaign. I'm Jake Hibbard. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Thursday.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive of Mountain View Buffaloes Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Mountain View broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Buffs!